Good morning to the world. What's going on with you guys this happy morning, man? I'm in a good mood this morning. God has been good this morning. As always, sun got up, sun was shining, feel healthy. Life is good, man. What's going on, Gilbert Jimenez? Bank Hayes, what's going on? Ray Patterson in the building. Mr. Shipman, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Mr. LeGrew, good morning. Crown the Best, good morning, sir. Denali Smith in the building, what's up, man? How you feeling? Marcus Bridges, what's up, man? Jeremy Austin, what's going on, sir? Daniel Gallimore, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to wait a little while. Barbara, the beautiful Barbara D. Napoleon Worthy, good morning. Man, we are winning. Man, we are winning. Man, we doing a good job, man. Shout out to KO. Shout out to 2 Cent. Shout out to Manager Marty. Shout out to everybody that is out there getting dissed for putting the news, the real information out there. I have to say, we are winning. Congratulations to y'all, man. I looked around the internet yesterday and I saw, because people talk a lot of shit about what people are saying. Good morning, Leo Dunlap. So I went and I looked at certain people's channels, just looked at the titles of their videos, just looked at seeing what was going on, seeing what everybody's talking about. And I got to tell you, I came across a picture on Blue Blood's channel. And it was a picture of me. It was Boxing Ego, KO Boxing, Manager Marty, and a bunch of people, right? And I'm like, dude, we're killing these niggas. You guys are, first of all, there's no way that guy is anything other than a media plant. That's what he is. So he's a media plant, and his job is to spread misinformation, the information that the people that he's working for want him to spread. So to know that we are central to these people's attempt to control the narrative, I think we're doing a terrific job, man. When people are so desperate that they have to send letters to my house and fake defamation claims and all of that, when they get to the point where they got to run scams like that, we're winning. Oh, it's probably not. Is it me or you? Is it me or are you going in and out? Let me know. Am I going in and out? I'm probably sitting on this wire. Let me know if I'm going in and out. Is that better, Barbara? Barbara, is that better? Because I did have my hand on the wire. That's not better? I'm not going in and out, or that's not better? Am I going in and out? Am I going in and out? Okay, cool. So, yeah, man, look. So, look, bro, we're winning. We're doing a major damage. We're doing major damage to these guys, man. So, congratulations to Manager Marty. Congratulations to KO. Congratulations to Boxing Ego. Congratulations to everybody, man. I appreciate that, man. I mean, seriously, man, that was a good thing to know that somebody that is so obviously a media plant, because this is not the first time I've had pictures drawn of me. The guy that does the Looney Tunes, that used to do the Looney Tunes for Ring Magazine, used to draw shit for Ring Magazine, guys, haven't seen his work in a while. He drew a picture of me for that other guy's channel. So this is impressive, man. This is really impressive. And don't believe their views. Don't believe anything about them, because they'll buy them. You know what I mean? They'll buy them. They get paid to promote their videos. They do a bunch of stuff. So don't pay attention to how many people you think are in their live streams. None of that stuff. Because it's all those guys. You can assume that what they're doing is a media creation. Anything about them. Oh, Blue Blood's a media plant for sure. Blue Blood Sports TV is a media plant for sure. Definitely a media plant, because that's media. All those guys that say new media, they mean it. They're media. Those guys are out there. Fanon, you think Shiraz announces he's fighting Bud next? Fuck no. Man, let me tell you something, man. So disappointed to see him brag about his money. Bro, that dude ain't got no goddamn money, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. But they paid them niggas for that bullshit. I'm surprised. No, let me tell you something. I'm sure they do get that money. You get paid to sell out. It's called selling out. You know what I mean? It's called selling out for a reason. Marcus Bridges, you can ask me whatever you want, man. Whatever you want. Man, much love in that super chat. Somebody helped out today. Jeremy Austin, brother, thank you so much for that $5 hour. Yeah, no worries. Ask a question, Marcus Bridges. That's cool. Ask me a question. Anyway, I don't want to talk about dude too much because that's just what I think of all of those guys. I think of that of Showbiz. I think of all of those guys like that. I think of all of those guys like that. I don't think those guys they're not just getting up every morning and talking boxing because of the sport, bro. They want it for a career, bro. My career is over. So trust me, I had a career. I didn't really enjoy my career very much. So I retired from my career and I enjoy this. So I do it because I enjoy it. And I hope that knockout boxing does it. How low can he go? I mean, very, very low. Very, Barbara D. Very, very is the answer to the question to that. Look, let me tell you something. Terence Crawford was set up. He was. I believe Terence Crawford was set up. Seriously. I believe that somebody that does not like Terence Crawford influenced a police officer to stick a gun in his face. That's my personal belief. Yes, I do. I believe that. I do believe that. I do believe that. I absolutely, well, let me put it this way. I do believe it. I believe it. Let me tell you why I believe it. I believe it because somebody slapped him in his stomach earlier that day. I do believe that. Dadon said, you hate Crawford, so how are you talking about him? I don't hate Crawford at all. And if I don't, how would you know I don't like him if I didn't talk about him? I guess that's a question I have for you. Why would you think, first of all, I don't dislike Terence Crawford. However, even if I did, why do you think that would keep me from talking about him? Why would I not? He's a boxer. This is boxing. I'm glad that goof got a real ninja wake-up call. Oh, I'm telling you, T. Orlando, I'm telling you, look, I'm just saying. People made the argument that Terence Crawford got set up. And I could see it. Absolutely, positively, I could see it. You don't think people set people up to have a cop shoot them? Yeah, people will get you set up to get a cop to shoot you. Why not? It seems like it would work, doesn't it? What was the memorandum of understanding deal that the Obama administration signed with Israel? Oh, I don't know. Hold on one second. Hold on. Oh, he gave Israel $38 billion. That's what it was. It was 10 years. It was 10 years, $3.8 billion that they gave him from armaments. Want to talk about a plant. Obama was the ultimate plant. Yep, planted his ass right in that presidency. Yep. Planted his ass right there. Thank you very much. I think we did a good job at planting his ass right where we wanted him planted. Anyway, like I said, bro, most people are planting. There's a lot of plants out there, man. There's a lot of plants. I mean, I don't know. Let me say this. Maybe I'm just a journalist and I don't know it. It's one of two things. Either they're plants or I'm a journalist, but I don't know it. It's one or the other. You know what I mean? It's either that I'm really a journalist which is why, honestly, those guys are so insistent on always calling me a journalist. I must either be a journalist or you guys are plants. It's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? It's one or the other, bro. Because I know what you guys are saying is not true because I pay attention to the same news you guys pay attention to. Why though? And does that money come from America? Yes, it all comes from tax. Why though? Because that's what they get. That's what they do when you blow them up. Once you blow a dude up, then they come into the top and then they give them a ton of money every time. So what I said, every time we support somebody in our community, we support them. They eventually meet all of those guys and they start doing business with those guys. It's what happens every single solitary time. You know what I mean? It happens every single solitary time. So anytime you have a black politician in the United States, they're going to give Israel as much money as they can give them. That's going to happen every single solitary time. You know why? Because they have to compromise to get anything done. Thank you, brother. Because you have to compromise to get anything done. So that's why they're going to support them because they have connections with so many people. Now you have to do business. They can get you shut down from so many different angles. That's why they're cool with Israel. I don't think that they love what Israel's doing. I just think that basically the lobby, the American lobby, is so ubiquitous that they have the ability to shut down stuff that you're doing. And in order to get stuff done, you got to have a relationship with them. That's how politics work. You don't go into politics to make change. You go into politics to compromise. You know what I'm saying? Like, if change comes as a result of your compromise, then okay. But dude, these dudes are expert compromisers. That's what they do. They compromise. That's how you negotiate for years and years and years. You become a master of compromise, which means what? You're a master of never getting the shit that you wanted to get done in the way you want to get it done because you're always compromising. That's the problem with politics. And that's why somebody said, don't vote Republican. Hey, man, I don't care if you vote Republican. I don't care if you vote Democrat. That ain't what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about power, I'm not talking about voting. Voting ain't power. It's not power for you. It's power for the politicians that you vote for, but it's not any power for you. Exercise your power and vote. Bro, what are you doing? You're not moving anything by pressing that fucking button. You're becoming a part of a group of people that are empowering somebody else. Come on, man. That people don't even see what's going on, man. That's what I'm saying. Something's wrong with me. So I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, Blue Blood. Do your thing, bro. I ain't mad at you, Claymore. Do your thing, man. Y'all just go ahead and do your things, bro. He said, facts, Fanon. That's what it was. Couch 2024 for me. I'm just telling you, T. Orlando, I'm 100%. Like, look, bro. They always try to con you and tell that it's a civic duty to vote. No, it is not. Not when there's a two-party system and both sides are corrupt. That's not my civic duty, bro. I don't believe in a two-party system. I think it's garbage. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. It's terrible. And they got the two-party system so locked in and the electoral college so locked in. Come on, man. Don't be trying to tell me nothing. You got to get your shit out the mud. You know, you got to be like, you got to do what Gervonta told Shakur to do. Get your shit out the mud, Shakur. Let's talk about that for a second. Get your shit out the mud, Shakur. And guess what? That's exactly where Turki'S Sheik finna have your ass. As soon as he can pull off putting you in the mud, man, your ass Turkey gonna have your ass in the mud. Man, I'm trying to tell you, dog, y'all are funny as hell when y'all be dealing. Y'all know who the enemy is, dog. Y'all can't wait to compromise with him and be a good boy for them. I'll be a good boy for you, massa. Hey, Barbara D, can I say this? I'll be a good boy. I promise you. I'll be a good boy. I won't say nothing about nobody being on those steroids. I will say everything bad about Gervonta. I don't like his nails. I don't like his purses. I don't like his braids. He's got too many tattoos. I don't like that. I'll be a good boy. I promise I'll be a good boy. I've been a good boy for 6 weeks. Hey, anybody know who Ken Boucheri is? Ken Boucheri? Man, I sent a note to Ken because, I was snapping off, dog. Seriously, bro. These niggas had me so mad, bro. I'm trying to get niggas up out of here, dog. Man, for real, I was going, hey, seriously, man, I was going full armaments on niggas, bro. Oh, check your cash out. Check my cash app. I hope you're saying I'm not crashing out. I ain't crashing out no more. I'm done crashing out. Seriously, bro. I need y'all to pay for all. I don't want no more super chats. It's too hard to work for super chats, dog. Super chats take too much work, man. Takes too much work, man. And it's tapping on people too much. So I gotta be a good boy, bro. I gotta be a good boy. I gotta talk about good boy things. Soft that. Hey, Kevin Wynn in the building said, who does Tank fight next? I think he's gonna fight the winner of Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach. That makes sense. That's who I think, Kevin Wynn. Thank you, brother, for the $2 holler. And my guy, Marcus Bridges, said, for the political questions, thank you, brother. Oh, no worries, man. Thank you, dog. My pleasure. Thank you so much, Marcus Bridges, in the Cash App. Let me get a sip of this coffee. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. At a certain point in time, these guys went pro. These guys want to be journalists, dog. I promise you, bro. These guys want to be behind the camera. They want to interview people. They want to go to the fights. They want to be ring card boys. They want to do all this kind of shit. They want to live to their, what do y'all say y'all wanted to do? You guys want to leave your mark on the sport, bro. Nigga says that y'all want to leave your mark on the sport. I understand, man. I understand. Only thing, would you mind if your mark on the sport is not a skid mark? Okay. As of right now, you niggas are leaving a skid mark on the sport, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Watching you niggas is like cleaning the drawers. It's like doing videos around you niggas is like cleaning like a 9-year-old boy's drawers. You know, the shit got all kind of stripes in that motherfucker. Terrible, bro. Man. But man, seriously, I am not lying. I do believe that Terence Crawford was set up. I do. That's what my inclination is that absolutely somebody was delivering a message to him. Because I don't believe in coincidences. If you believe in coincidences, shit like that just goes away and you don't think about it. But if you don't believe in coincidences, your mind has to work a little bit harder. And guess what? You'll be able to extract lessons from things. Like, hey, bro, you know what they say out there in Robert Greene's 48 Rules of Power? Barbara D said, crap marks on the sport. That's diabolical. I mean, that's what they are. They're leaving shit stains on the sport, man. That's what they're doing, man. Because look how many people lie, man. Hey, look. Barbara D, these niggas turned into lawyers. Barbara D, I swear, these niggas turned into lawyers, man. Lawyers. They turned into lawyers. They started talking about contracts and writing contracts. And you trying to tell me they're not impersonating somebody, man? You see every time somebody does something, that dude does the same thing. You see how these niggas all buddied up. Man, these guys, they say, please say something other than the first law. Ninjas always state the first law. Oh, yeah. Oh, the first of the 48 law. They never get past the first. There's one in that shit called never outshine your master. And it told the story of a French aristocrat. Let me tell you the story. There was a French aristocrat that had a lot of money, and he built this estate that was just spectacular, the most spectacular estate in France. And he did it because he wanted to invite and host the king in his home. So guess what happened? The king goes to the palace, sees that the guy's palace is bigger than his palace, and he then gets pissed off. The king then ruins this guy's life, basically shuts him down. The dude is out of, I don't know what happens to the estate or whatever, but basically the king ruined this guy, shut him off. You know what I mean? So that lesson is, don't outshine your master. If somebody's the boss and the big guy in the room, don't stand up and be a dickhead to him. Okay? Don't try to show out, because when you show out on the boss, you are challenging him in the face of everybody else. And then what does the boss do? The boss goes at you. So until you are the boss, you're supposed to keep a low profile. So would you put it beyond somebody that had power in Nebraska to not like the fact that Terence Crawford has thrown himself 2 parades in Omaha, Nebraska? There's a lot of racist white people in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know if you guys know where Omaha, Nebraska is, but Omaha, Nebraska is in the middle of a cornfield. Seriously, if other than them needing to live there, that shit would be a cornfield, bro. That would be a cornfield. What up, Big Block? How you feeling, man? Who does think Tank fights next? The next person he fights is going to be Jake Paul. I've never been. He said, wait, there. Yeah, they got a lot of them there, dog. But we got good. But hey, dog, I think that's funny. Wait, there are. Yeah, there are. Hell yeah, there are. Very much so. Who does Tank fight next? Tank's going to fight Jake Paul next. Who do you want to see him fight next? Who's Shakur going to fight next? Let me ask these questions. Who's Shakur going to fight next? Who's Shakur Stevenson going to fight next? Shakur is going to fight Roach because he's not going to get the T.O. fight. Is the T.O. fight done yet? Run it back. He going to fight T.O. next. For now, what are your thoughts on Keyshawn being ranked by the WBA 140? I love it. I'm cool with Keyshawn Davis being ranked. Let me put a link in the chat, man, in case y'all want to chop it up. Come on, chop it up with me, man. Come on, chop it up with me. That shit nigga be pirating. Nigga, you know how many motherfuckers have pirated niggas that would talk to me? That shit is so fucking crazy to me, bro. He ain't fighting T.O. Like, seriously, is the fight, so the fight is not gone through yet? I thought there was a hand. Is there a hand injury for man? Let me tell you something, bro. You better fight Shakur. Shakur Stevenson does not have the positioning to fight 1 time a year. He's got to stay in front of people and fight 2 times a year. What's your thoughts on Canelo narrative? What is the Canelo narrative? Steel Walker 96. You have to tell me what the Canelo narrative is. The narrative. I've heard people say several things. I've heard people say that Canelo Alvarez was never an elite fighter. Which I do not believe. I think Canelo Alvarez is an A+ fighter. I've heard Canelo Alvarez was injured. That very well could be true. I said it going into the fight. More than likely, he is injured. He's at some point, as long as he's been fighting and as long as he's been training, I'm not surprised at all if Canelo Alvarez has an injury and Terence Crawford has an injury. They were in super tripped out mode about talking about that stuff. So that's about the best I can do with it. 2 Cent in the building. What up, 2 Cent? Thank you for chopping it up with me.
Well, what's going on, Martin?
I'm good.
How you doing this morning?
I can't complain. High off this coffee.
Oh yeah, I just got me some coffee. Good morning, chat. Real quick, I just wanted to come up here and chop it up real quick. I haven't had no time to make no videos on it because I've been moving, but I've been thinking about this Zuffa boxing thing with Dana White, right? And I've been trying to find the positive, right? It's pros and cons to everything. What do you think the pros would be of this Zuffa boxing league as far as it goes for the fighters and as far as it goes for the fans. Because so far, I'm gonna just give my 2 cents about this, right? The
Yeah.
way they handled that Canelo Crawford card with the commentary and all that, it just seemed
You there? 2 cents,
yeah,
you
I'm
went
here,
out.
I'm here.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I'm here. Yeah, because that Canelo Crawford card was just seemed so disingenuous, like with the commentating and the speaking, and it just didn't seem like they were there for the fight. You get what I'm saying? Like they was there to like talk about each other and how bad boxing is and how great Turkey is and Dana. But what's your 2 cents about that? Because I'm trying to find some pros in it, but it's like, why would you pick Dana White? Why would you want to make changes to the Ali Act? Like, what could be? And I got something to say about the Ali Act, but and let me get your thoughts on that first.
Okay, so the pros are that they get rid of all the scumbags in boxing. That's the easy one. Because the WBO be on bullshit, the WBA be on some bullshit, the WBC be on some bullshit. The IBF is solid as shit, in my personal opinion. But the other four, they be on a bunch of bullshit. Like, if we weren't talking about the fact that Turkey Al-Sheikh was trying to, and Dana White were trying to take over boxing, we would be talking about these raggedy ass sanctioning bodies and the bullshit that they pull off. And I mean, Kamal talked about, that's what he talks about all the time. The ranking systems and how they don't enforce these. They like, for example, when Mauricio Suleiman and all that drama around the franchise belt and all that bullshit, they do a lot of bullshit. The sanctioning bodies need a lot of improvement. So if they come around and they have their own UFC style with all the fighters under one roof and one belt, then you get what you're asking for. You get the one belt. But what are you going to get in? But that's the flip side. And just so you know, that's the flip side to every bad thing, right? So, like, say I did a video today. I hope nobody steals my fucking content because I'm going to tell you ahead of time. Or I think I've said it before. Like, when you have Al Heyman and Tom Brown, people are thinking that Tom Brown was surprised that Tom Brown sent a note in and said to the California State Athletic Commission in support of it. And I'm like, that's because he's a promoter. So removing the protections from the fighters help every promoter, right? And any group of promoters that can get together and create a boxing organization. So what you might wind up seeing is you can wind up seeing, like, instead of 4 sanctioning bodies, you got 4 boxing organizations. But in the boxing organizations, they're all locked down inside those. The way I visualize it is like they're all in different cups. You know what I mean? So
They all in different gated communities now. It ain't no cross.
right. They're going to be locked in, like their own little projects. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like neo-colonialism, where they produce all of the raw material. You know what I mean? The fighting, but yet all the profits go to the people that own the place. That's what I think. That's a good thing, though. For who? For boxing fans that don't want to do pay-per-view. For boxing fans that don't want to do pay-per-view. Boxing fans that want to see a bunch of blood and gut fights and don't want to hear about sanctioning bodies or politics. The downside of it is going to be the boxer. Like, if you don't give a shit about boxers, really, then you should have no problem with what Turkey Al-Sheikh and Dana White are trying to do. If you don't give a shit about boxers, you know what I'm saying? But that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to look at it from only the fan point of view, and you have to look at it only from the media's point of view, right? Because, like, there's going to be more money to influence the media, especially these guys want media passes and all, and you get more fights. It pretty much can work for everybody except for the boxer. So you pretty much just have to, like, boxers are basically supporting us in a situation where we get more out of it, but the boxer is going to get less. Because right now you have looking at it from a business point of view, you have an out of balance situation for anybody that's investing money. So you, like, say I have $10 million. I want to invest in a fight. I paid $4 million to the fighters. $3 million goes to other shit, promotion or whatever, and I walk away with an extra $1 million on my 10. But yet this dude got $4 million. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna get this dude 200,000 and I'm gonna make the 10 million. And then I'm gonna absorb that shit into cost. What cost? Cost to the for their insurance. I'm gonna get kickbacks because I'm paying the insurance, so I'm gonna get discount rates. You know, all of that shit goes on. But in order for it to be good, you have to look at it from only the fans' point of view and the business point of view. From the fighter's point of view, it's fucking catastrophic. Like, it's catastrophic. No joke. It's catastrophic. They're gonna go from Bob Arum paying 80% of the money for a fight to fighters to these guys getting 5% of the money generated. 5%. They're gonna get cut way the fuck down there. But it's good for you if I'm a manager, shit. If works for me, you just gotta say, and I'm not lying. I'm telling you, I'm sitting here listening to these boxers talk crazy to me, thinking to myself, fuck you. Shit, fuck you. You niggas you don't want the money? Oh, y'all don't want to be really free agents where you can negotiate for yourselves? Oh, you really want this? Oh, okay. You can have that shit. My son is going back to college next semester. Shit, my daughter's in law school. I don't give a fuck whether or not you niggas continue to make money. You see, why the fuck should we sit here and fight for these niggas to make money? That's what them niggas is doing. All them niggas arguing with us. They don't give a fuck about the fighter. That's why they like it. You got to work backwards from what they like. They think this is a good thing.
Yeah, they want to take the fighters autonomy away.
Dude, they don't give a fuck about the fighter. They don't give a fuck about whether the fighter gets fight dates. They don't care if they throw mud all over the fighters' names. They don't give no shit. They don't give two shits about that. So there you go. That's the good side. The good side is, as fans and as business people, bro, the fights are going to be cheaper. We're not going to have to pay.
I don't think they are going to be cheaper, though. I want to give you a little pushback on that for now, because I think what's going to end up happening is you're going to have to pay subscription fees to see it. So now, versus you paying for a pay-per-view or something that you can decide, you have the autonomy to choose if you want to watch it or not. If you're interested in TKO,
don't get me wrong. I know full well that shit ain't gonna last. Prices go up. I'm telling you. I'm just saying
it's gonna be more expensive than pay-per-view eventually. I want to say this real quick, and then I'm gonna pass the mic. Isn't it strange how Turkey and Dana and them are doing the exact opposite of what they promised y'all? Because they made y'all feel like they eliminating the A side and the sides of the street and all of that, when they definitely eliminated the sides of the street. Now you in a whole new gated community that nobody else has access to. It's the complete opposite of what they said they were doing. And that, along with you picking Dana White to run TKO, and you know what? TKO is kind of like a little side chick. Like, that's not even the main focus of what the deal is about, from my understanding. It's more like UFC and WWE, and they just like, all right, TKO, you can tag along type thing. So I'm just wondering if they think they can just like throw this together and have something be profitable, if it's something they're really going to put some effort into. Because if you ask me, I don't know if they've been intentionally trying to destroy the American market or not, but them fights that they've been putting together, the promotions, it ain't good matchmaking, you know what I'm saying? None of that has been going on. So I'm just curious how they're going to do this moving forward. And I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy. I do want to look at both sides of the situation. And if PBC or Tom Brown and all them create their quote unquote own UBO, I mean, we're just going to be way worse off than we were before, because it's going to be like, oh, you got this level tier fighter. It was already kind of like that, but it's like you got this level tier fighter over at this UBO. You got these level tier fighters over at this UBO. You got, you know what I'm saying? And it's just going to be broken up like that, which that may be a better thing, because you got the C and D level fighters that'll be able to get more fights and make more money. I don't know. I really don't know. I know we're going to have to wait to see how things play out. I was just brainstorming.
Well, you don't want to be a negative Nancy. I'll be a negative nigga. So this whole thing right here, nah, like I ain't rocking with it. Like the craziest thing about this is like, okay, TKO, like the way they fit into it is like they the parent company. They own WWE and they own Zuffa Boxing too. So like
Not
this whole,
TKO. Not T. You talking about Endeavor owns
no,
all that shit.
I think no TKO Holdings. They publicly traded. They I think they took over WWE too, and they
Yeah,
put
but that's under
WWE on
but that's
reality.
still under Endeavor. It's all under Endeavor.
All of
It's
them
all
Yeah,
under
it's all
Endeavor.
under Ari Emanuel. It's all of that shit's under Ari Emanuel. The
yeah.
UFC,
So they all under one
TKO,
umbrella.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
all
and
under.
they only
Yeah,
using
it's
the
it's
they
it's
only
Endeavor.
using the Zuffa name because that's the name that the Zuf the what you would call
That's
them
They
his
the whites had that
promotional.
from the
Hold
game.
they
on, let
got
me
one with
explain what it is.
Dana
Hold
and
on,
they
hold on. TKO is the organized is the unified boxing organization. Zufta is the promoter. TKO is not a
exactly
promoter. It is the league itself. I think is TKO.
exactly
Zufta
exactly
promotes TKO. So Zufta is the promoter in the scenario. Because right now they have to have a promoter because they have still not
hmm
they can't act on the amended on the Ali Act on the Ali Revival Act yet because it hasn't passed. So they still need a registered promoter to put the fights on. That's what Zufta is
exactly
there for. Zufta, if
yeah
if they're able to pass the Ali Revival Act, then most likely Zufta goes away and TKO remains.
exactly
Yeah, no, because they
but
TKO is when they merged Zuffa with WWE. Like they came together and merged, and that's what they call the TKO Group Holdings under Endeavor.
I'm just telling you that TKO itself, they have to have a Zufta because they need a promoter. They have to have a promoter. It's a boxing. In order to box, you have to have a promoter. You
Yeah,
have.
mhm.
That
but
I know that Zufta because
yeah,
Zufta
yeah.
isn't
That's
Zufta didn't Zufta wasn't Zufta the promoter of record for Canelo versus Terence Crawford.
yeah.
It
That was
was Zufta.
considered their first boxing match under this thing, and like Zuffa is
Yeah.
also the parent company for UFC. So they got UFC and whatever they're doing with boxing under Zuffa. Yeah, the whole thing like this is like, okay, y'all see how it is in MMA. UFC, like that's not all MMA fighters. That's one promotional company. Now you seen they had the other ones like Pride Fighting. They had the other a few
Hey,
other
here you
ones.
go. Here you go. Here you go. I'm sorry. Let me just tell you what it is. Ultimate UFC. It is owned and operated by TKO Group Holdings, majority owned, a majority owned subsidiary of Endeavor Group Holdings. So Endeavor, which is Ari Emanuel, owns TK Holdings Group, like you said, Phoenix, and TKO Holdings Group owns the UFC and um will own Zufta, right? I think
Yeah,
that's what you said.
and WWE.
And WWE, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
but
that whole thing there is like we seen how they got the different fight leagues in UFC because like they got one championship, they got UFC, they got Pride Fight, and they got like a whole bunch of different ones. But the thing is, like that would be like Golden Boy only doing Golden Boy stuff, Top Rank only doing Top Rank stuff. Like that's how it is. And like this whole thing talking about a league, like y'all know how leagues work, like the MLB, Major League Baseball, or NFL, National Football League. Like, what happens in leagues whenever it comes to matchups and stuff? They got schedules. So we talking about fighters not fighting each other. Like, okay, if they're running it like a league, they're gonna put fighters on schedules each year or do what they call seasons, and then they got the fights already mapped out, and the fighters got no say. And then we got people that
hmm
be wanting to see two different matchups, but they can't because that's not on the schedule for this year. Kind of like you know how it is in NFL. They got sometimes where some teams might not face each other, or some teams face each other twice. Like they got a whole bunch of weird stuff going on with that. So like if they got
It's
the
gonna be
fights
mad.
planned
It's
out,
gonna be mad other fights they want to see. Like I don't understand. Other people don't
yeah,
understand. It's
that
gonna be the exact opposite of what they promised you.
exactly. Like that's the part that's crazy about it. And then on top of that, like the way that they moving, I have a like it's gonna be not even the up and coming generation right now, like that we got with Carmel Moulton, Abdullah Mason, Scooter Davis, and some of the guys that are making a name for themselves right now. If they're gonna get anybody, it's probably gonna be the people that come up after them because these guys got their names in the spotlight and they got like legit teams behind them that have been following boxing and stuff. Like if you talking about thinking like you gonna take those guys away and convince them to go into a situation where they're gonna be making less, especially with the way that Dana White be running things. Like this dude can't even do MMA and pay fighters right and getting sued for how much? He can't even get fighters to sell as much as boxers are. Now we taking a guy who can't even do it
Mm-hmm.
with his own sport and think he's gonna do it in boxing. But that's the part that's crazy to me. Like if y'all think he's doing anything good for boxers when he can't even do anything good for the what he's doing right now, like that don't make no sense. That y'all think this is gonna go off the ground somehow, and they've been telling you and doing things to show you like what their whole game plan is. People thought the whole pay scales was a joke when they're talking about the most you make is what 700,000. It was 700, wasn't it? Like for
That's if you're a
title defense.
champion or whatever.
Yeah, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
most you can make. And that's the thing, like, it's going to be that way, whether the fight makes a profit or not. Like, they just getting flat fees. They getting no back end, whether the
Hey,
fight
are
has a
you talking
profit
about
or
what's
not.
bad? You're talking about what's bad about it, right? I thought the
Yeah.
question was what is good about it, because everybody knows what's bad about it. That's just obvious.
Ain't
What's
nothing
good?
good
What's
about
good about
this.
it?
Yeah, that was the question that two cent was like.
The
Two
only
cent was like,
thing that's good about this is a bunch of rich white guys are going to make a lot of money off the sweat and blood of the American boxer or the boxers in general. That's the only thing that's good about this thing. Bottom line, way I see
why is
this
that
is
good?
you might as
Honestly, that's
well
not good.
write
That's bad, bro.
that.
That's
No,
bad.
no,
Come on,
I'm
man. You
talking
can't
about
just
that's
call some
good
shit
for their
bad.
asses.
Hold on, Dave.
No, no,
You
what
ain't
I'm
saying that
saying
shit. You
is
can't just be
that's
that's
what's
bad.
good for them.
No, I'm talking about what's
That's
good for
what's
sport,
good for
man.
them.
Bro, there's got to be something
Man,
good
ain't
and
nothing
good rid of
about
these
this good,
scumbags,
man.
huh?
Okay, I can come
Man,
up with
this is
something
a
good.
return to the
No, hold on a
Mandingo.
second, man. Hold on. It's just an honest question. That's an honest question. What is something that is good to you if this thing changes in this particular way? Not you. I mean, there's got to be something that works for you. You know what I mean?
There's
Not just
nothing good
like there's
about
got to be.
this,
Because look,
man.
look, bro. For me, just for me, dude. I've been talking about. We've been talking boxing for a long time, bro. These sanctioning bodies definitely need a fucking check. Like they are fucked up. Like we can't get past this. That whole issue about the sanctioning bodies with Devin Haney and the coming up with belts out, pulling belts out their ass every other week. I mean, dude, that shit
All
is
right.
But
very
those
fucking
are just commemorative belts for
Look,
nine.
this
they
is
got a
what's good
WBA
about it.
Super, they got a WBA, they got a WBA World. They
Oh,
put
you
that
talking about them?
franchise shit into they put
Yeah,
that
they got
Yeah.
all these
franchise shit
damn.
into the mix.
Yeah.
And
But let me ask
and
you a
WBA
question.
hey,
gold,
hold on,
silver,
man. Let me
green,
say
and all
this.
that.
They also let
The
Francis
only.
Ngannou with no fucking fights fight for the
Oh man,
WBC
for real.
championship of the world. WBC got
You
fucked
right.
up shit on them. The WBA got fucked up shit on them. The WBO don't even fucking be ranking don't even be ranking PBC fighters. So
You
them
Yeah.
see?
getting rid of them, I mean, anyway, I'm
But
dead.
guess
Just
what,
devil's
Lanai? But
advocate.
guess what, Lanai?
I
It's going to
already
be
said
even
that's.
more corrupt now with just one person. One, you know what I'm saying? It's like I think it's a little better if you spread the corruption out versus it just being one person
Oh man.
in charge of all the corruption.
They out there like scary movie. My germs spread that corruption, but not like
that
I'll tell you
that's
something
like
good though.
trying to.
I mean,
I'll
look at
tell
the
you
government.
something
Like, look
good.
at the federal
Oh,
government.
it's
You see
gonna
how
be
they
fucked up in
spread the
fighters.
corruption out. If it was just one dictator up there with one department, the corruption would be way worse, in my opinion.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible.
Oh,
Because
oh.
guess
Yeah.
what? They're not
Yeah.
even going to have to be corrupt.
Yeah.
In that situation, they don't even have to be corrupt because they just don't have to pay you shit, and you got nowhere to go. You're locked in.
Exactly.
Once they throw them niggas in that cage, they're not going to be able to go nowhere. And on top of it, bro, they're not going to be able to really go nowhere if they have somebody like me working for them niggas. Because if they own EA Sports, like seriously, they own EA, they own or they have very good influence over what EA Sports does. Bro, every boxer in my league, in order to get a penny, is signing away their IP to me. You want to get your $750,000? Sign over this IP so I can stick you on this video game, nigga. You ain't getting nothing from the video game.
That'd be horrible to have fight night and all the fighters ain't got above a 70% rating. Like we gonna have the fighter with all the CD.
No, I'm not talking about that shit. I'm not talking about that. That shit is who cares. I'm talking about, dude, once they have your name and likeness, once they own your name and likeness, nigga, they own you. It's like Michael Jackson, they had to change the name of Michael Jackson to the Jacksons because Motown owned Jackson 5. If you may not even be able to call your ass Tank. You could be like Gervonta Tank Davis. They'd be like, no, you're not Tank no more. I own the Tank brand. I own your logo. I own all your, that's what I mean by your intellectual property. And
they definitely
that's like with Prince.
And they'll own it forever.
Yeah. Let me ask you.
Remember Prince?
I'm locking you niggas up and selling video games. I'm locking you niggas into 360 deals. 360. Just like, you know how they say Jay-Z got all that money, but Jay-Z really ain't got all that money. Jay-Z got nothing but a bunch of fucking debt because of Live Nation. Wasn't it Live Nation that owns Jay-Z? Yeah. Everybody think Jay-Z's so rich. Bro, they own Jay-Z lock, stock, and barrel. And Jay-Z probably has more debt than he has money. Nigga, I'm telling you.
Well, that's the way these fighters are about to look.
How important do y'all think that matchmaking is in boxing? And if there is no matchmaking, how do you think that's gonna kind of go? If there's no matchmaking, if it's just like you fight the number 5 fight the number 4, like because I think in my opinion, the less you make boxing about entertainment and more quote unquote qualifying sport, I think less and less people will be interested in it. What y'all think about that?
So the problem, I think the problem is like with everything they doing, it went from because TKO they publicly traded. And they got to make sure that their investors and everything is happy with that. I don't think other promotional companies like I don't think Golden Boy got to worry about that top rank. They're not publicly traded, is they? I don't know because I never looked it up. But like they don't have to worry about that. So like they're gonna have to do whatever they can to keep their shareholders happy and everything. And then like if that's the way they're gonna do it, hey, they might even end up lowering the pay scales when they realize, man, that these people really don't know what they're doing. Like I think some people give Turkey a whole lot more credit than he deserves because I don't think he know what he's doing. Like, yeah, it is gonna go ahead and crash the market, but at the same time, it's like, well, is that by design or just because he's too stupid to care? Because he seemed like the type that's a toddler. He gonna do what he wants regardless. Like should he over here kicking TVs over FIFA games? What do you think he gonna be? He gonna be okay with all this? Like look what happened with that Netflix thing. He got all mad because they had a woman up in there. Like this dude is gonna be doing what he wants, when he wants, and how he wants, and like no concern for anything. Even though he's gonna be working with Dana White. Like y'all remember the last press conference for Canelo and Bud? Oh yeah, Dana White got a big announcement. And what was the announcement? Face off.
He was like, he basically told them shut the freaking up. That's what he told them. But you know what? You might as well just go ahead and put a big sign on this whole Zuffa thing and said the Mandingo Fighting League. That's what you should just go ahead and call it.
That's what it's about.
Because all it is back to Mandingo fighting. Remember the scene in Django? Remember that?
Yep.
When he had them sitting up there fighting. When I tell you to fight, you go out there and fight. Now you owe me 3 more fights. Well, how am I get my money? How am I get my money back that I lost if I don't get 3 more fights out of you? That's what he's doing right now to Canelo. Canelo got what? 2 more fights left? That's what he's going to do. And Canelo, you're going to fight whoever I tell you to fight. How is that? You know what I mean? That's all that is. The Mandingo Fighting League. You know what I mean? And he gonna tell you, they gonna tell you who to fight, when to fight, and they don't care. I said before what they did to Tyrell Whitley. They had Tyrell Whitley, any other person of a Caucasian suasion when it came to defending a UFC belt. They get time off in between. He made Tyrone Whitley get in that ring and defend his belt for 3 pay-per-views in a row. It wouldn't let that man get any time off to get himself straight or heal up.
Of course
In
not.
between, what he did was had like fight night, fight night, fight night, pay per view, fight night, pay per view, fight night, pay per view. You know what I mean? And this man went in there and he ended up losing that belt. You know what I mean? But of course, everybody takes a risk when they get in the octagon or they get in the ring or going through training. Of course, just like with Canelo. You know what I mean? They may have some type of lingering injury on them because it's fighting. You know what I mean? It's boxing. That's what happens. You know what I mean? But the
Do
thing
y'all
that
think they're gonna make them box
really
in the octagon?
no, not they not gonna make them box in the octagon. They're gonna have them in the
Nope.
ring. But
Now
if
they
they
make them
want to
box
go
on
for
camera.
shock value, they going this another thing that's going to be coming soon. Oh, you want to see your dream fantasy match coming to you from Zuffa Boxing or Mandingo Boxing? We're going to have the Glebe and Medoff versus who? Oh, Shakur Stevenson in a boxing match, and then they're going to do it again in a UFC ring. Come on, man.
They
So they're
already
going to
doing that.
control that whole business
Oh,
model
and like they
of
changing
putting
the weight
boxing
classes
with
too, boy.
MMA fighters.
You
Huh?
seen how they doing it? How they announcing them fights like right after the post fight press conference, or even before that. They doing it right after the decision was read. We've been seeing Turkey these last few times get in like, yeah, you're gonna go ahead and fight this guy next before they even do the post fight interviews. They've been doing that already, and people ain't noticing it. Like the same way they did with Canelo right after school. They got up in there with Terence Crawford
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Hey, you fighting him next." He's done that on a few different cards with a
Mm-hmm.
few different fighters, and it's like, yeah, we got this quick turnaround. You fighting this guy next. Like they don't even he's already showing them like, nah, y'all ain't got no say. You gonna do what I tell you. Like they've been sneaking it in there.
I
Exactly.
heard they trying to they're changing the ring, which made me ask, you think they gonna because if it's Zuffa boxing and TKO and all that, how do we know are they gonna do boxing and UFC on the same night? Like
And they
how is
can't,
it
they're
gonna
not,
work?
I'm gonna tell you something for sure. They are not doing no different shit next year because they're not getting that fucking amendment. I cannot imagine them getting that fucking amendment through. I could be wrong. First of all, I don't even see them getting it through. They still got to do. It's going to be until December till the California State Athletic Commission even looks at it again. I mean, it's no fucking guaranteed thing whatsoever that they're going to get that revival act thing through.
But
That's
they
not.
talking
It's
like
just
they
going to be
know.
way off, huh?
They talking like they know it's gonna get passed. They talking about it's gonna be different. It's I think it's gonna be less
That
weight
money
classes, so
talk.
they kind of doing it like back in the day. And I think I even heard them say they want to go back to 15 rounds and change the glove size. It's like it's not going to be boxing like we know it, in my opinion. Maybe there will be a market for it. I guess you could say some boxing fans, the UFC fans, maybe they'll be able to finally get them to kind of like to merge together and watch boxing. But I don't think it's going to be traditional boxing like we think because it seems as though they feel like they can listen to all the fans' complaints, right? And then kind of be like, oh, okay, well, I hear all the fans complaining. We're going to change everything y'all complaining about. But I don't think they realize that fans don't know what the fuck they talking about. They don't know if they don't know why we went away from 15 rounds, or if they don't know why we started adding additional weight classes, they don't know the history of this stuff. They just saying stuff, and they keep crying about, oh, I want to go back to the old school. I
Mm-hmm.
want it to be the old times again. Where here you have it, old times where the fighters getting fighting 1,000 times a year. They not getting paid. They getting screwed over. They making less of the money. That's the old times. Like this, what y'all wanted. But like Dana said, the fighters, quote unquote, have a choice if they would like to fight under the Ali Act or fight under Dana White now. It's going to be an option. So it is what it is. But I think
before
it's
I
a
go.
conversation that we should keep having and talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as far as
definitely.
that stuff goes, that's going to be very, very like I know what that particular act. They're not, and I'm glad that you said it. They're not overturning the Ali Act. They act like it's going to be two separate things. Though we'll see how that shit turns out, man. But I mean, I ain't just going to assume that they're going to be able to get that act passed because of the negative publicity that they get, and from fighters as well. It's so anti-fighter. Like, I mean, I'm listening to like everybody, everything that we've said has been said over the last half hour. I think is 100% true. But the only people that give a shit about it are the people that care about fighters. And most of these people, we have to be honest with ourselves, or I'm going to be honest with myself. Most of these people really don't give a fuck about that. They don't
They
care whether
totally
these
don't.
fighters, they don't give a fuck whether or not these fighters get hurt or not. They don't care whether or not Gervonta Davis's name is run in the mud and they're because they just making up shit about him. They don't care. So, like, really,
Nope.
it's all falling on dead ears to the people that are trying to push this stuff. They care about themselves making money. That's it. They don't care about the fighters. The PBC's thing is fighters first. That is not what all these other guys are doing. And you know it.
Nope.
They're very anti-fighter. Look what they're do to fighters. Like, seriously, look what they do to, and I'm not just talking about look what they do to them in the ring. I mean, look what they do to fighters outside the ring. Look what they do to their reputations. They're hiring these guys to surround these fighters and run their name into the ground. There's not coincidental
Mm-hmm.
what's happening to Jaron Ennis and what's happening to Gervonta Davis. That's not coincidental. Those are people that do not give a fuck about boxers. They lie and say they give a fuck about boxers. They can say, I'm doing this to uplift Tank. How the fuck is spreading every fucked up kind of rumor you can on the guy uplifting him? That's just bullshit that they say, man. So, I mean,
Exactly.
the good stuff is that these dudes want to get rid of a lot of people that I don't mind getting rid of. Like, I don't mind it. Like, seriously, like, I'm not going to cry if they wind up rolling over the WBA, the WBC, the IBF, the WBO. I ain't going to feel sorry for them motherfuckers at all. I'm not because of the way that they've been behaving for the last 6 or 7 years that I've been paying attention to them. So, and they were co-signing and signing up with this dude, Turkey Al-Sheikh, as much as anybody else was. And it was only when that storm started getting louder and louder and started blowing on their fucking door did they start saying, oh, no, hold on now. Because it was good when they were fucking up other people's business. But when they start getting too close and starting to fuck up your business, all of a sudden we got to do something about this shit. So, you know what they say? They used to say to what was it? When they came for the blacks, I said nothing. When they came for the Jews, I said nothing. When they came for the Chinese, I said nothing. And then when they came for me, there was nobody left to say anything for me. That's what they're going through. And I'm enjoying why I'm going to enjoy. I promise you, enjoy seeing these guys have to figure out how they're going to fix their shit. So that this guy, who I don't think has any goodwill for American fighters, none. And you know he has no goodwill for American fighters because he's the one that's pushing the TKO Act, pushing the Muhammad Ali Revival Act. You know he doesn't give a shit about a fighter because he ain't fighters first. First of all, and I'm going to say this, I told y'all that they were not going to revoke that law. There's no fucking way. I told them. I said it. No way. I know of senators that were not going to vote for any type of appeal or revocation of the Ali Act. And that's why they had to change it to an all new act that just gives them the right to do something. They already had to back off what they really wanted to do, which was to repeal the Ali Act, right? Big difference between repealing it and now you have these things that work in tandem together. But that's as far as I give a shit. I'm not going to lie. That's as far as I give. I don't mind it. And I hope that, you know who I hope not lose their job. I don't want anybody to ever lose their job. I'm not going to put that on anybody. But man, If Dana White and these guys taking over that access, that media access is going to get slim. That shit is going to get slim. They're not going to need to invest in these YouTube channels because they're going to own the whole thing. And you guys can go back to being on your fucking message boards and shit, making a career out of a message board. And I'm going to tell you, man, the internet is a marvelous thing that you guys are abusing like it's going out of style. 2 Cent has a real job. David Lynch is a real person. I pray that is just talking boxing. You guys want to impersonate real boxing fans and act like you're organically growing because this is what my people want to hear. No, you're out there fake as a fucking $3 bill. Everybody fucking knows you're lying consistently, but you're getting paid to do that. So I hope that these dudes, whoever gets blown up in this shit, I just hope Turkey Al-Sheikh does a lot of damage before he quits. Let me put it that way. I hope he rattles the WBA, rattles the WBC, rattles the WBO to acting right and really working with each other instead of trying to be, what's this 12% for? Oh, that's another dumb fucking move. These niggas are going to get conned because, you don't have to pay any of your money to the sanctioning fees. Bro, those are only champions that are paying big money like that to the WBC and the WBA. You know what I mean? You guys are, anyway, I could talk all day, man. My bad.
But you know one thing, though? I'm going to tell you this. If you boxing for Zuffa and Dana and Sheiky, you could say goodbye to that damn hit and don't get hit model. Because they are not trying to see nobody go in the ring and do like Shakur did against De Los Santos and like Devin did against Ramirez. They are not having it. In no way, shape, or form are they having that. They are not going for that. Because that's another reason why Turkey looked like he was upset. Because Terence Crawford got in that ring and boxed. He didn't stay in one place so that him and Canelo could, he didn't get to see a fight. He got to see a boxing match. And he was upset over that too. Seriously. That hit and don't, that Shakur Stevenson model and boxing and that whole Floyd, they like, no. Well, I can't compare that to Floyd because Floyd, he engaged. He never ever ran it. He never ran in the ring. It kept that much distance in between being in the box and being out the box. You know what I mean? But what you seeing right now from Shakur when it come to his version of boxing, that's going to be gone. Matter of fact, they might even shrink the ring.
They probably will. It's going to be called no black fighting. They're just like they did in NBA. There's no black fighting.
Mandingo fighting, but no so-called black fighting.
They'll sign you to flush you. They'll sign you to flush you.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to let dudes fight like that. Hell no. Hell no. That's why Matchroom, that matchmaker they used to work for Matchroom, said they had on their work board for the Matchrooms NBL, no black fighters. Also, no slick southpaws. They hate southpaws because it's awkward and it makes for boring fights where head clinches and shit. Bro, if they're gonna organize that fight, I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be white boys killing it in that bitch. I'm telling you. Watch them do it.
They'll sign you just to put you on the show.
Doing Eddie Hearn. Yeah, let me get there. It will sit his ass right here. And as soon as you don't look good at all, man, your ass is gonna know, dog. You're not boring our people. Sorry, gotta go. They'll have complete control of that. But again, you have to give a fuck about fighters. You know what I mean? In order to care, you got to really care about fighters. And what I'm saying is 2 Cent cares about fighters. David cares about fighters. Anton cares about fighters. But I'm telling you, it's kind of like getting into the mind of a racist. These people do not give a fuck about fighters. They don't give a shit. Think about the guys telling Gervonta Davis he needs to go to 147. Why would we say he doesn't need to do that? Because we know he'll fuck around and get hurt. They want him to go to 147 so he will fuck around and get hurt. You know what I'm saying? that's what they really think. And you can hear it coming out their mouths. They don't like fighters. They think they're bigger than fighters. If you listen to certain YouTubers, the way they talk to fighters, like Ness talked to fucking Demetrius Andrade, you telling me this guy got respect for fighters?
And he a snitch.
No, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think you hear how he talked to him?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he talked to that dude so fucking bad because Demetrius Andrade wants to fight Charlo? Like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Like, that's how I'm telling you, they think they're better than fighters, and fighters ain't nothing but somebody be there to make money off of. That's what the fucking journalists think of them. That's definitely what Rick Glazer's ass thinks of them. You know how they think about y'all. But then what do fighters do? Fighters cry about people that get in and try to say, hold on, man, this business may not be what we want. Hey, man, don't pay attention to the business, man. Just sit over there. Okay, we won't pay attention to the business. I'm just going to watch you niggas get put on a plantation. Because you niggas is getting put on a plantation, I'm telling you. There was, a matter of fact, there was something that, if you ever heard of Noam Chomsky? Noam Chomsky is like this linguist, but he's supposed to be one of the smartest people in the world. And he talks on politics sometimes. And he was talking about how black people in America are treated. And he said that there's really only been maybe since 400 years, there may have only been maybe a decade or two where black people's lives have not been criminalized. He said basically they were criminalized. It was criminalized from the beginning all the way up until Reconstruction. During Reconstruction, we had a little break when we were allowed to do some things. But then there was the North-South Compact, and boom, we're thrown right back into Jim Crow. Then we get a little bit of break in the 1960s after the Civil Rights Movement. But boom, here comes the war on crime. Black people, three strikes you're out rules. Prison industrial complex, boom, we right back in it.
Exactly.
Okay? So think about that as far as boxing goes. The majority of boxing 1790 to about 1960s, black people were thrown in the pits to fight like fucking dogs to the death for the benefit of master. Right? From about then, Jack Johnson was allowed to make some money. Then they cut his ass off for about 30 years. And then Ali was allowed to make money. And then they had some money, and then he got shut down. Then there was another big boom of money for Floyd, but only really through 1960 to about 2010 were black people in boxing making that type of money. So now what you're going to do is you're going to usher, what's up, Dean? You're going to usher in another time period in which black fighters and minority people are not going to be making money in sports. Okay? They don't allow that shit to be consistent as far as social planning goes. Like even how certain people are focused on certain sports, they switch that shit up. So you see the broader play. The broader play is they're going to overpay you guys so that you sign away everything you own. And then when they have everything that you own, you go away. And you know the saying is that the elders will die, the currents, the people your age will forget, and the youth can be taught otherwise. That's how they erase history. Because everybody that lived through it and knew what was going on, they all die. And then the people that are there, then they're out there spreading a new lie. And then the young people are listening to this lies get spread, now have their new reality defined. That is the broad stroke of life for black Americans over the last 400 years. There's only been about 20 in which we have not been criminalized. And you think they're going to allow you niggas with these gold chains and loud mouths to go around, keep running around in these big Bugattis and living in these neighborhoods, bro? You better get your shit together and get you some fucking ownership of your own stuff, even if that means you can't be making $50 billion because you ain't got Live Nation contracts. Seriously, man, people need to understand the historical perspective of what's going on. What's going on, Dean?
True that.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? I hope everybody doing amazing.
What's up,
Can't
Dean?
complain,
Peace and blessings, brother.
What's going
My
on, y'all?
my Philly
Hey,
brother.
what's
What's
going
up,
on,
man?
Anton?
What's up, Anton? What's up, boy? What's going
I'm
on, homie?
chilling, man. I'm
You
good.
good?
Yes,
Hey, for
sir.
now, I just wanted to tell you, all these boxing fans is some goddamn earthmen, and they some liars. I'ma tell you why, for now. I heard some stuff on my live yesterday, for now. Now, all of them people on Twitter, for now, I said a lot of people going, oh, take an apology if what I heard is true. Everybody talking about some, oh, we don't care about what you heard. I thought y'all ain't care. Why my tweet go viral if y'all ain't care? Huh? I just want to know that. Why y'all care what I heard if you moved on from Tank and he ain't relevant and all of this other stuff? Why do you care? It's just something I be wanting to know for now. A lot of these dudes on here, man, is Earthmen, and it's getting sad to this point. And for now, did you hear Bud Crawford lie on Jerron Ennis and say that he had a chance to fight Jerron Ennis? Jerron Ennis had a chance to fight Bud and he didn't take the opportunity. Well, Bud, that works for people that don't know what actually happened. Bud, you and Earl Spence only fought because you agreed to go in negotiations with Jerron Ennis. Why get on Andre Ward podcast and act like Boots is not didn't want to fight you? Y'all literally only got that undisputed fight for nine because both of y'all
Hold
agreed
on,
that
Dean.
the
Not to
win.
cut you off. Not to cut you off. Hold on, Dean. I almost broke my toe trying to get back to my phone. You said he got the Earl Spence fight because he agreed to fight Jerron Ennis.
No, they agreed. The winner agreed to go in negotiations with Jerron Ennis immediately after.
They agreed.
Yes, that's how they got the fight. Or the
Okay.
IBF was going to strip Earl Spence if they didn't agree to that. You know the
Wow. Okay.
IBF don't play.
A lot of
So that's
people
why
don't
the
remember
IBS
that.
stripped him, right?
A lot of
Yeah,
people
that's why
don't
he
remember
stripped it. They
that.
stripped him because they took his IBF belt because he didn't fight Jerron
But
Ennis.
he ran around and acted like a victim anyway.
And the craziest part, y'all, is Jerron Ennis was the WBA champion at 147. He's in position to fight Bud again. Bud is holding the belt and don't want to left the belt, but don't want to come back to 154. So
Hey,
both
give me a
times
second.
dudes.
Hey, hold on one second, Dean. What was the tweet? I'm looking for the tweet that went viral. What was your tweet? You made an
Well,
assumption that I knew what your tweet was. I don't know what your tweet was, and I'm
yesterday,
looking.
go on my page for now, and I got a bunch of other tweets was going viral about Tank prior to that. But yesterday I had a tweet saying if what I heard y'all gonna owe Tank an apology. Y'all even got Ray Jackson like, Dean, what you heard? Hey, for now, I told Ray, I said him and Bud respond quicker to you. They respond to you faster than me. So go ask him. And he said, is he fighting real competition? I said, yeah, he fighting Zepeda, Padley, and Yoshino next. Straight up. That's what I said. He fighting Zepeda, Padley, and Yoshino next. That's the real competition out here. But Bud, don't be out
Oh
here telling
man.
these lies, my guy. Because if you would come back to 154, you know the person that you would have had to fight, Jerron Ennis, bro. Stop the cap. Stop the lies. Stop the cap. That was unnecessary, Bud. That works for people who don't know boxing, who don't know what happened. You got stripped, and I don't want to hear that you didn't want to fight and all of that because you was trying to force Errol Spence to give you a rematch at 147 and not 154. Only you've been talking about you'll never fight Jerron Ennis. So I mean, you could get out here and lie like that. But like I said, y'all, Bud lied about making $10 million. Bud told Andre Ward that he was injured going into the Canelo fight. But prior to the fight, he said he wasn't injured. All I'm starting to see is Bud be out here lying for nine, and I land my plane there. Bud be telling them tattletales, and it's
Just
okay.
like his little bro.
A
So
lot of
Just
let me
like
be
people.
his little
clear here because
bro.
I found the tweet. You telling me that there's something you know, but you still ain't told nobody what you heard is true.
No, I told Fanon, it was on my channel last night. I make Earthmen do their work. This is public information on my live stream. Earthmen don't
Oh,
want to do the work, so I troll them back, Fanon.
okay. Are you gonna tell
Yeah.
me what it is, or I gotta call you offline, or
Well,
what?
Fanon, YSM Sports Media came on my platform yesterday, and he
Uh huh.
told me that he was told directly from MVP Promotions that Gervonta Davis is getting more in the upwards of $150 million to fight Jake Paul. He's the A side. He's getting a cut off everything, including live gates, endorsements, and sponsorships. And he said he was told
Told you.
this directly from MVP Promotions.
You know what's
Al
crazy?
Heyman is the man.
And Fanon, before you go, I don't know my guy Neil to be a liar. I asked him, I said, bro, I went through all the protocols. He said, Dean, listen, they cannot listen to me or whatever. I don't care. He said, I'm telling you what they told me directly from MVP Promotions, not from PBC and all that, directly from MVP Promotions, because Tank refused to even take the fight if he wasn't getting like the major cut of it, because Jake Paul needed him. Gervonta didn't need Jake Paul. And when he broke it down like that, I said, damn, that kind of do make sense. But for the reason why I really believe it, because Gervonta Davis had an Instagram story post about 2-3 weeks ago, and he was dancing in his car talking about 150 million, I'm outside.
I remember
150
that.
million, I'm
Yup.
outside. It makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
So do with that as y'all will.
But Dean,
Man,
you're
let
right,
me tell
Dean.
you,
A lot
man.
of people didn't know.
Al
They
Heyman.
still gonna say dumb shit about legacy, so just so they can continue to complain. They still gonna be. Is this not a legacy fight? He's about to fight for $150 million. Y'all telling me this not a legacy fight?
I like legacy.
Y'all telling me this
Shit.
not the most? This is not the most dangerous opponent that he's fighting versus his contemporaries. Who is his contemporaries gonna fight that's more dangerous? And I know people gonna be like, "Oh, you just defend girl, you defending it." I'm really not defending it. I'm just coming from a different perspective and being objective about it. And it's not like I don't understand other people's perspective. But when you put everything on it, what's going on? We're at war in boxing. It's 150 M's. Tank might be about to retire. We don't know. Like, I don't understand how y'all can still be so upset. You can be like, damn, I don't want to see this fight. But if I'm a true boxing fan, in my opinion, this will be if not the biggest boxing event of the year. You got a small guy about to fight a heavyweight. We ain't never seen no shit like this. As a boxing fan, I'm interested. I want to see it. Like, I don't understand what all the crying is about, for real.
KC said that he talked to Tank team and they told him directly that Tank was not retiring after Jake Paul.
I heard that too.
Man,
I heard
Yeah.
that
you
too.
can get $150 million. Do you know the fucking cost how much it will cost Turkey Al-Sheikh or anybody else to have Gervonta Davis on their card after getting $150 million?
That's why they don't want him to fight Jake Paul, because they know they're going to have to pay him that bag now.
That shit,
Exactly.
that makes
That
anyway,
young man
man.
know he
Hey,
know his
Fanon, hey,
worth.
Let me
hey,
read
Fanon,
these
wait a
two.
second.
Hold on 1 second,
Go
Dean.
ahead.
Let me get these
Go
two
ahead.
super from Phoenix. Got a work meeting. I was gonna say one good thing about TKO. Guys like Shakur and Devin can finally be stars in that league now. Chasing integrity, bro. They can be stars in that league. That's fucked up. Phoenix the Assassin said, Dean, Bud would never do that. He has integrity. Man, that nigga, hey, he thinks integrity's a cologne or some shit. Because I have
Shit.
no idea what he means about integrity. If he talking
Bud to
about
have
that.
It's
his
because his
ass.
publicist told him to say that. But I'm
Phoenix
like, Shakur, what are
trolling.
you talking about? What are you talking about, Shakur? What do you mean he talks to integrity? How
He
did he speak to
trolling.
integrity?
He trolling, man. He trolling, y'all. Phoenix funny, yo. He
Yeah,
trolling.
Phoenix
Hey,
trolling. He trolling.
hey, Fanon, and why I said a lot of people owe him an apology, because when they thought it was lesser, they was shitting on the man. Now tell Dean your favorite fighter wouldn't take it. Now tell him that
Mm-hmm.
Gervonta Davis is hurting the sport of boxing and all of that nonsense. Say it now, because that's what the apology for. Because they were saying, well, he could get that type of money from Turkey. And I was telling them, well, tell Turkey to send it. Hey, Turkey, send 150 mil, my guy.
Canelo got over 100 million and he had to fight Terence Crawford and get his ass whooped. Gervonta did that shit for a fucking sparring match against an amateur. That's a big fucking difference, the work you have to do for that money. And it also tells you the worth of, I've been telling y'all, he is the #1 Black American fighter, bro. That means
Exactly.
that his worth is that. And why is that? Because Black people watch him. Like, I don't get what people don't understand about how important it is for us to support black people with our money, not with this bullshit that these niggas is doing, talking about, oh, I'm gonna support you by holding you accountable. No, nigga, you don't support somebody by holding them accountable, dog. Okay, that's just lecturing somebody and fucking grandstanding at the same time. All that. Gervonta, I think he's so great. I think he's so great. If he would just go to 147 and do this, then I could give him his respect. They got whole media people doing that shit, trying to talk to black people and convince black people, oh, we don't really know about Jerron yet. Let's not get behind Jerron yet. Let's wait a little longer. Oh, let's not get behind Gervonta. I need to see some more out of him before we can really get behind him. You're not going to get behind a guy till he's in Terence Crawford situation, right? Where he's got 40 fights and he's got to fight the guys you want to towards the end of his career to get it on. We know that's what the fuck you're doing, bro. You guys never wanted a guy like Gervonta to get a shot at a championship at all, okay? You don't want that dude to be the face of boxing because he's hood. And you know it. And you don't feel comfortable hanging out with him. You can't really manipulate him. You can't manipulate him. You can't make him look a certain way and get certain contracts. You know what I mean? It's
That's
just
what
a
I'm
wild
saying.
ass thing to watch these people control the game.
I'm just glad that they all got exposed now because all of them was trying to talk about integrity and my favorite fighter would never. Y'all think Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and Bud Crawford would turn that down now?
Bud said on Shannon Sharp that he would have took the Jake Paul fight. Cool Boy Steph
Exactly.
said, man, listen, Cool Boy Steph said, yo, Lamont Roach is my man. I understand. But he said Tank did the right thing. He said no one is turning. He's a boxer. He said no one is turning down that type of money. They could tell you what they want to tell you. They're not turning down that type of money. Because if they was, then why is Montana Love, Shakur Stevenson, and I forgot the other fighter, I think it was Gary Russell Jr., somebody, but why are they going to go spar with Jake Paul? For the Tank Davis fight.
Exactly. All
Why
that
are they
shit,
going to
all
go
that shit
spar
y'all
with him?
talking. But you
Because
gotta
that's his
insert
sparring
yourself in the
partners.
situation. Because they wanted to be a part of it too. They wanted to be a part of this event too, for real. Because if
Hey,
they
you got a
really
big
told
echo,
them,
2 Cent. 2 Cent, can you move the phone, your mic closer? Because you got a big echo.
I'll be back.
Hey, Mark,
Thanks,
you remember what
Shannon.
I was saying after
Vic,
Haney and Ryan
Tank
fought?
is making, hold on one second. I'm sorry, I'll get 1 second. Vic, Tank, it's been confirmed. Tank Davis is making upwards of $150 million. So that's between $150 million and $200 million. I would also like to brag because I said a long time ago that Gervonta Davis was going to make $200 million on the deal that he had over a few fights. Now, sometimes when you're wrong, you're still right. This dude is going to make $200 million in about 3 fights. The dude made upwards of $10 million in his last 2 fights. Now he's got upwards of $150 million contract, which makes me right. If I bet my money on what I said was being true, because people told me that's how much money he was going to make. Told me, and I said it. You guys can get the fuck up off Tank. Tank's going to make $200 million. And Tank made $200 million. I thought it was going to be all in contracts over there from Amazon Prime. He just gets to click off $150 million over on Netflix, bro. Y'all how sick are y'all? Like, seriously, we need it. You guys have not been able to put a mark on Tank. This is what this says. No matter what, all of the fucking shit you niggas, all you niggas need to be fired. Turkey Al-Sheikh, listen up to me, bro. You need to fire these niggas. Because Devin, Bill, you need to fire these niggas. Because all the shit that they talked and all the negative press they generated didn't do shit. Because Tank's getting $150 million for Jake Paul. $150 million plus the most of the upside. The gate, the big ass gate they're finna get. They got a bunch of endorsements for this shit.
You know, I just want to say 2 things, y'all. It's going to be real quick enough to go. The 2 things about this fight that I love, Turkey don't have nothing to do with it. It's about to be one of the biggest shows, and his hands is not nowhere in it. So you know him and his contemporaries and all his little minions, they mad about that because Tank is about to get more eyes on him being on Netflix and in front of this whole different crowd of people that probably know Jake Paul, don't know who Tank is. They probably do, probably don't, whatever. But he's about to get more eyes on him. Turkey has nothing to do with this. And now his bag is going to go up. So now when you come talk to him about fighting these guys, you got to pay him how he weigh. And right now he weigh 150 million. So I don't know. He don't weigh 135. He weigh 150 million. So what y'all offering?
Don't worry, there'll be a source out in the next 35 minutes to say that it ain't 150 million. Their source said that he's getting 5.
Hey, they actually would be right. It's probably going to be north of 150
Mike Tyson
million.
got what, 100 million? How much Mike Tyson need?
Hey, Fanon, if they do choose to do that, then they will have
And
to
the
say
Jake
that
Paul
my guy.
fight.
They would have to say my guy YSM Sports Media is a liar. And last time I checked, he's a pro Jerron Ennis channel, but he interviews all of Jerron Ennis's ops. I don't know too many content creators that got more integrity than Mill on YSM Sports Media.
That's his
And I
name,
doubt,
Mill?
yeah, Jamil.
Yeah, Jamil.
Oh, Jamil. I never knew his
And
name.
I
I always
doubt,
knew YSN.
and I doubt Fanon he would get on my platform, knowing that I'm a pro Tank channel, I guess. Tell me that, lie to me, and we both from the same city. And I actually got a good relationship with Mill. He had no problem telling me this publicly. Because I asked him, 2 Cent was there, David was there. I asked him, like, bro, what? You sure, bro? He said, bro, I heard this directly from the people from MVP. Directly. So do with it as y'all want. He ain't got no reason to lie because my guy like Devin, he like Shakur, all the Tank contemporaries. Yo, the first time I met Mill at Jerron in his fight, Mill gives me a hug and whispers in my ear, "You still think Shakur ducking Tank?" So do what y'all want with that. Do what y'all want with it. But you won't hear Shakur, Devin, and all of the rest of the people say he uncredible and all of that. But KO already said that'll probably happen, though. So I ain't surprised.
Oh, bro, that's Mill City, bro. That's
Yo,
very
give me my
credible
shirt,
right there.
bro. Give me my shirt.
What you need, Terrell? What's going on, man?
Hey, bro, hold on for 1 second.
Well, we holding on. Let me say this, man. Let me go. I'll be quick
Yes, sir.
too. Hey, first and
I'm sorry,
foremost, shout out to everybody on the chat. You know, much respect to everybody. I'm a true fan, man. I don't do no gloating. A long time ago, I said it when they was challenging the 100 mil or the 50 mil that was being spoken of. I said it's going to be north of 150 mil, and I still believe it will be. I don't think it's just going to be 150 mil for one. And that was a long time. That was months ago. When we first heard, or a month ago, when we first heard it drop that it was going to be official. The thing that I've always maintained was that this might be the promise to Al that he was talking about. And I think this is the promise to Al. I think after the Zuffa's group news and, you know, the stuff that they're trying to do over there with TKO and Turkey.
You need more help over there?
No. I think that
you need more
what's
help?
going on is Al is trying to work on business relations with the American promoters. And I've been saying this for the longest. I think Al in particular, understood what was about to happen, what they're trying to do, and who it's going to really affect. So he's been working on trying to get something going that will combat that. And then he's also looking for better access ways for his sport to be viewed by the viewing public. I think that's where MVP comes in because they do things differently and they go by modern times with the way that they produce their product. I think that he's working on getting.
And Al Heyman and Jake Paul from the same hometown.
They are absolutely from the same hometown.
Somebody said that, and I did verify that they are actually both from Cleveland.
Yeah, they're both from Cleveland, and I believe that, you know, that interview that Espinoza did on Sway, I think he was dropping nuggets, and he was like, I think he was stuttering because he was trying to choose his words carefully about the things that he was saying, but he was letting it be known that, hey, look, it's something about to happen, and we're bracing for it, and we're getting ready for it. Are you able to make your fights? Because it's about to get difficult. But I think he was dropping nuggets in that thing and letting it be known that we're gonna have ability to make fights like we haven't had before. I think that now, like I think Dean just said it. Somebody just said that quote that today's price is yesterday's price is not today's price. That's about to hit like
That's
nobody's
right.
business. It's about to hit like
Mm-hmm.
nobody's business. I don't believe he's retiring. I think
And
he's going to
y'all,
get a lot of money. I think that Al and them are about to get some security with this move. And I think that they're about to build bridges instead of having water between them. And I think that they're going to convincing one another that they're going to have to work together so that we can make these fights. Because when you think about where they're going to try to pillage the talent, it's going to come from them because they got bulk of the talent between really four of those, three of those promotional companies, and that's Top Rank, PBC, and Golden Boy. And I think they're trying to get their working relations well so that whatever they're trying to do won't affect them. And in the process, they get a better way of producing their fights. They got a better way now of letting the fighters feel like they getting a good portion of the pie with the business model of the PBC, and then like the structure and the lineage that the PBC, not PBC, but Top Rank has. I think that they're going to try to find a way to work together so that they can make a product that will withstand whatever they are trying to do over that way. And when Tank said this, and I'll stop at this, he said, I'm not doing anything to help their side. He wasn't talking about Shakur and his management. He talking about the allegiance that he has over there with Turkey, I believe, and I believe it's their side, like what they're trying to do to boxing, what they want. We're not helping their side, and I think that that's what been in play all along. I do believe he's getting more than 150, and a lot of people, even though they hate him and they wish their fighter was in that position, they're gonna have to respect his move. And man, it's something to behold because that Zuffa group is over there trying their best to take and disarm American boxing.
Yeah, I agree with you
and
on
for
that,
now,
man.
and for
We
now, I want to say,
looking at
Hey,
the
real quick.
same.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, Terrell, what's going on, brother? Hold on 1 second. You're on mute.
Mute.
Go ahead. What's going on, Terrell? How can I help you, brother?
Okay. Look, I just want to say one thing. Like Tank said, get it out the mud. And if you do, because I think he's going to come back, right, to boxing, right? After Jake Paul, I think he's going to come back, right? What? Get it out the mud. Your last payday, right? You might get a couple million more. But get it out the mud, okay? All that talking you do, right? You know what I mean? Remember that you did that, and that's why you ain't gonna get a very big payday. You know what I mean? So whatever you get, just get it out the mud. That's all I want to say.
All right, brother. Appreciate
All
you,
right,
Terrell.
have a good
All right.
one.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
cold blooded. That's cold blooded, Terrell.
What's going
But
on,
hey,
Hey,
Dean?
Fanon,
he's gonna
hey,
be
Fanon,
the
don't forget that Tank is the A side in this. See, I was wrong, Fanon. I didn't think that. I didn't think he was getting that type of money. And for everybody that want to stomp on it and act like because it's Tank that they not getting that, understand this is the same exact setup Bud and Canelo had on Netflix, but y'all believe Canelo got $150 million. But so this be my problem for now. It's the same exact setup. And they put it in Miami. And for now, you know how many people told me that they going to Miami, they wasn't going to go to Atlanta. They had their tickets for that too. But definitely since they switched it to Miami, a lot of people are going to go even more. Even people that wasn't going to go now. And I'm hearing the state of Florida is in full support of this fight. So, like I said, y'all, the 50 mil I'm hearing is just the guarantee. But Tank is getting the A side, most of the split from when it comes to the gate, the sponsorships, and everything else that come with a fight of that magnitude. From Netflix and
and
all that.
control
So,
of his likeness. That's the big thing right there. Control of
yeah,
his
David.
face and likeness. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why these billionaires are flipping out in football over Shador Sanders and his prime equity clause in his contract that gives him and pays him any money from off of his likeness, his face and likeness. And they don't like that. Because then that
Hell no, that
means
nigga trying to get
that,
froze out.
yeah,
He trying to cause
that's
all
why
kind
they're
of
doing what they're
paperwork.
doing to him.
Can you imagine all the paperwork problems they got to have with that shit? Like, hold on, we got to pay Shador. Man, they'll be sitting Shador's. Is he playing?
No, Fanon.
Nope.
They starting the other boy. They starting the 5'8"
Yeah.
boy.
Sit your ass down. You want me to pay every
Yep.
time your ass on camera? Sit your ass down.
And they still got him at number 3 on the depth chart.
He wanted why? Hey, I don't know, man. I'm telling you, man. I'd be thinking like, let me think like an owner for a second. I'd be like, man, you better get all the way the fuck out of my face, man. Like, as long as it doesn't relate to like him going and doing commercials for himself and things like that away from football. But like, say they want to like, what's he saying? He should get all the rights to his jersey and shit.
Nah, he already got it. Fanon. He got like the 3rd highest selling jersey in the NFL.
He made
So
$150 million off jersey sales, and he's not even playing.
yeah, he get a certain percentage off of that.
Okay, that's good. That's cool. He deserves that because that's like a stretch of the thing.
He got a Nike contract.
Yeah, after that first preseason game, as soon as the game was over, Nike put up a commercial with Shador holding up his wrist. So he got that Nike contract. It's him and Prom, them shoes that Deion Sanders got out. They've been selling off the mark. They've been selling off the
congratulations to them. They taking their shit. They damn sure took a well, first of all, Prime Time's always been a big time dude, you know, his whole sports career. But he sure did take that where was he at? Jackson State, some shit like that. Where was he?
Yes. Jackson State.
He sure catapulted off that Jackson State job. Left them hanging, but congratulations.
They were stealing money. They were stealing money from him. They weren't giving from Prime, from Deion. They wasn't giving him his cut. They wasn't giving him his cut of the proceeds from filling the stadium. They was lying about the attendance when Deion already had people counting how many people was in the stadium.
Oh, that's what
they tried to lie about it.
HBCUs. Ain't nobody stealing.
Yep.
Hey man,
that's
I went to Dillard. Let me tell you how these Atlanta niggas, how big of thieves these niggas are. They were building a new building, right? They would bring in equipment, like, say they brought in wood and brought in like panels or whatever. They would in the morning, they would bring them in. They would fill in how much they had, you know, for their, you know, keep records. Then they would take the same material, take it out at night, park it somewhere else, come back, deliver the same materials again. Switch the labels, deliver the same package again, the same material again, charge them twice for the same material. And then at the end, they got to order more material because they don't have enough. And they just chalk it up to a planning problem. Yeah, those are the people connected to your CDC. That's how I'm trying to tell you, man. If they ever do a real like heavy look at the corruption and fucking of HBCUs, that's how these niggas always be getting indicted, bro. You know what I'm saying? They stay getting indicted, dog. Stay getting indicted for that shit. On that bogus paperwork, man.
For now, I want everybody to just relax when it comes to Tank and all of these fake analysts out here acting like they know what's going on. All this stuff has been proven to me for now is don't nobody know nothing. Everybody think they know something, but don't nobody know nothing. That's all it's proven to me. And you're hearing the stories, breaking news, Tank Davis retiring and all of that stuff. But when Keyshawn said he was retiring and Shakur said he was retiring, it wasn't breaking news. Now, y'all can sit up here. Now, for all the people that say y'all don't listen to Tank, y'all don't listen to the fighter. Well, he had an IG post a couple weeks ago dancing in his car saying 150 mil, I'm outside. Should I listen to him now? Just a question.
I would listen to him. Were you saying something, 2 Cent? I thought I heard 2 Cent say something. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm 100%, man. 150 million is a lot of money, bro. It's going to be hard for him to go back to making 20.
Again, and I believe
Yeah,
it's going to be north of 150. I
that's what I
believe
heard,
that,
Thomas.
honestly, and I don't believe he's retiring. I believe this was the promise that he was making out. This was the thing that he wasn't so keen on doing, but it's necessary because of what the people over on the other side, the savior of boxing and their crew and his crew are trying to do to boxing. And they're trying to make sure that they can maintain what they have built and have kept for so long. And I think that Jake Paul is a big addition to this. I think, he said, Stephen Espinosa said that, working conditions and relations are so much better now with ESPN, whereas before it wasn't. And ESPN is in a precarious position right now. I'm not ESPN, I'm sorry, Top Rank. So I'm thinking that they're going to try to work together and do what's best for these fighters so that they can make these fights and they can keep their talent and everybody can get paid, because at the PBC, everybody seems to be happy with the pay that they get with these fights. So now they just need a different way of reaching to the people, promoting to the people and doing things that are not so archaic or back in the ways. And they need something that they can sustain. And Top Rank has been sustained for a long time. So I think they're getting the best of worlds come together. I think that other people like Eddie Hearn is going to have to get in where they fit in, or they're going to have to be on the other side. My man kept saying in that thing, stay on your side. Stay on your side. You was with something that was verified. Now you're with a YouTuber. But in reality, I believe he is even abreast of what's trying to go on. And I think that at first he wasn't with it. And that's why could have been one of the reasons why he's been like kind of aloof when it comes to his last fight and this fight. But I believe he will still fight. I believe he still tries to make those fights. It's just that when he makes those fights, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Fernand,
Like you said,
I
go
want us
ahead.
to
I'm
put the pressure
about to
on.
roll one stick.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, King. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Okay, oh, for sure, for sure. Definitely gonna hate. And I was gonna say like the difference between Tank and his contemporaries and like that people don't realize. And Martin, I said this like after the Haney and Garcia fight. You know, all these fighters talk about fighting for legacy, and they decide that, oh, let me go ahead and try a money fight, and they find out that the money fights hit a little bit different because they're not as easy as them legacy ones. They don't understand like there's a reason. There's a reason that people care about this. And Dan Rafael kind of said it too. Like when you got fights where the outcome is unknown, and it's with popular fighters, and people can't say for sure which one's going to win, and the general
Mm-hmm.
public don't have this idea like, oh, this won't be a whitewash. Those ones that are unpredictable, that's what appeals to people. People like what they don't know when it comes to entertainment. When it's something where they feel like they can predict the outcome, or they already know that, that's not something to generate interest. And you could tell that whenever it's closer in odds like that, that's what makes for a good fight, and that's what a lot of these people don't get. That if a fighter isn't fighting people that's on their level, you're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
get good fights. That's why Tank's fights have been more interesting than a lot of these other guys, and they don't get it. So like when it comes to something like this, because Tank has been proven, this is why other guys like Shakur and Devin ain't never gonna get this type of deal. And this is why they salty because look at the way they was built up. Devin was built up as the guy that Mayweather passed the torch to, but it turned out to be like a matchstick. They had Shakur out there, silver medalist, coming up, not making any title defenses, kind of like Bud, and it's kind of funny since he looks up to Bud, he follows in the same footsteps. And then now despite all his accolades and what should have helped boost his name, he out here basically homeless. Like he don't got kicked out the shelters. Like he don't know where to go because don't nobody want to take the chance of losing money on him. And then at the same time, like all these guys, they talk about their legacy fighters, and all this competition that's supposedly better. Like Dean said, okay, if Tank ain't fighting real competition next year, he need to go fight Zepeda next. So, Zepeda, hey, if he do a better performance against Zepeda than Shakur, he be ranked
Well,
number one.
Zepeda, the next Oscar De La Hoya. You hear me? All I ask
Yeah,
all y'all, hey, Fanon, and everybody listening, I gotta be petty by any means right now. Let me be petty by any means, okay?
hate by any
Y'all hate
means.
y'all hate by any means. Y'all hear everybody say, put the pressure on Tank, put the pressure on Tank. I'ma tell y'all same people, put that pressure on Turkey to send that man that money. Okay? Turkey.
That is
By that
intriguing.
time, the
Hey.
price is going to
What are
be
two
200
Ferraris?
Man,
mils,
this
It's
nigga,
gonna be
hey,
200
man,
mags.
5
it's
Ferraris and
funny
6
because
Porsches.
he definitely said, I need 2 Ferraris to talk to me. Bro got a
Exactly.
whole shitload. And then, hey, nigga, send the Turkey, send the Ferraris, dog. Send the Ferraris.
Yeah,
Listen,
but
Send the
like I said,
Ferraris,
I
bro.
don't think that he's
That'd
ever
be a
going
catch
to
for
fight
Turkey,
him.
bro. Gervonta Davis would be the catch of all. Now, let's talk about this angle of it.
talk to me.
Bro, ain't no fucking way Devin Haney's ever going to smell $150 million. Ain't no fucking way you niggas is ever going to smell that shit. None of you niggas. Shakur, you're never going to smell it. Fucking T.O., you're never going to smell it. Devin, you're never going to smell it. Bill, you're never going to smell it. Nah, the motherfucking nah, nigga. Nah.
Yeah, I don't think that they'll ever fight on
They
that
will never
platform.
touch that shit, bro. Seriously, bro.
Oh man,
You will never touch that shit.
they the
That,
B-side boxing.
that
They
nigga,
B-side
look.
boxing motherfuckers for
No,
life.
that nigga, it's like this nigga hit Jennifer Lopez, Haley Berry, fucking Megan Fox, all in the same night, nigga.
I'm just saying, for now, everybody,
Ain't no way.
for now, all we've been hearing for
You'll
now is
never
put
beat him.
the pressure.
Seriously, give me 1 second to gloat.
Go ahead, for now. I ain't know you
Your
wasn't done.
boys that you niggas was saying was the face of boxing. 150 fucking million. Fuck who you talking about. That's the face of boxing, nigga. $150 million for a fucking exhibition. And he's gonna earn it. It ain't even gonna be a loss. Nigga, you are done. All you niggas talking shit about Tank. Shut the fuck up. You niggas had to lie. Nigga, you niggas had to lie about Terence Crawford making $10 million fighting David Avanesyan. And this nigga's pulling $150 with no pay-per-view. No pay-per-view. Fighting Jake Paul. You niggas are done. You can say whatever you want, bro. $150 million. Bro, this will take his career earnings. Over $200 million for sure.
Mm-hmm.
200 million.
100%.
Oh, you know it.
Nigga. Nah. You niggas want to talk about
He
he's
ain't done.
retiring. You don't want to see him do nothing. People don't want to see him fight. How can you tell me people do not want to see Tank fight based on real numbers that are out there? If a real company like Netflix and a real promotional company like MVP can secure that much money to put Gervonta Davis on, bro, I ain't ever trying to hear that shit. And he already did. And again, you niggas are going to never touch what he did with Ryan Garcia. Let's be very clear. You're never going to touch what he did with Ryan Garcia. Dude, Tank is so much bigger than you little niggas. It's fucking ridiculous. And if he beats up Jake Paul, bro, Netflix is going to...
For the culture, baby.
Baby,
For the
Jesus.
culture.
Bro, and people are going to be... And wait when the fight actually happens. And niggas get amped up about this bullshit. Because I still maintain this bullshit. But,
Of course.
nigga, $150 million, bro. Seriously, bro. I might tap dance for you niggas for $150 million. Nigga. You know what I mean? You get some niggas to sell out for $150 million. You niggas are selling out to Bill Haney for like a fucking box of Apple Jacks, nigga, and some spare milk. That's the fucking
A bus ticket and some bubble gum.
Yeah, nigga, Bill sat that nigga down at the table, gave that nigga some applesauce, and he just sold his fucking soul, bro. Y'all got enough nerve to talk about Gervonta about to make this $150 million. Anyway,
Hey,
I had to
Fanon.
gloat for a
Hey,
second.
Fanon, hold on.
I'm
Let
gonna
me
sign
go.
off.
Hey, Fanon, you could
And
get
then so
Devin, Haney, and Bill for a
you
brick
can
of
say,
cocaine.
Can't hear you. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I can't
dang,
hear you. Dean. I can't hear
No,
you, Dean.
I said, Fanon, you could get Bill for a brick of cocaine, much less than that.
Hey, you
Damn,
wrong,
nigga.
bro.
Somebody just
You wrong, dog. That's not even close.
Maybe a splinter is good.
but you know what, Fanon? You could say, oh well, Tank Davis about to make more money in one fight than all of his contemporaries combined that they made their whole career. You know what people will say?
absolutely.
And
I
two
don't
cents.
care about the
Hey,
money.
two
I
Dog.
cents.
just want to see the fight.
2 cent. 2 cent. How much you want to bet they ain't getting paid in net profit?
That's petty. Fanon,
Maybe.
you petty. You
No,
petty.
here's new definition of contemporary. Here's the new definition of contemporary. They were all temporary clowns. That's what it was right there.
What'd you
Can't
say?
hold
You
on.
What'd
talking
you say,
about
Phoenix?
fight for legacy.
I'm saying
Phoenix,
Phoenix?
I think you're in a bad area, Fanon. I
Yeah,
think
he
you're
got a
getting into
bad
the
connection.
worst place.
Yeah, he sounded like he was in a bad area, but
And they talking that fight for legacy.
I'm going to just
Like
ask
I
everybody to
said,
keep it. Go
money
ahead, David. I'm
over
sorry.
belts.
Hey, hold on.
Money over
Let's not
belts.
talk over each other, man. I'll direct it. Let's not talk. We talking over each other a lot. Shit is funny though. What were you saying, Dave?
Money over belts. Talking about fighting for legacy.
You know,
Like I
oh shit.
said, tell that to the brothers who was fighting for legacy, who are debilitated right now, who trying to find ways to pay their healthcare bills.
Facts. I just want everybody to keep that same energy. Y'all said put the pressure on Tank to make the fight. Now we got new information about what Tank actually doing and stuff that's going on. So put the pressure on Turkey to make the fight. The same way y'all act. Y'all say y'all want Turkey money involved. Y'all say Turkey got all of this money. Dean, did you see Saudi Arabia board EA Sports? I hear all y'all. Now put that to action. Didn't I tell y'all trying is with the intent to fail? Turkey know that better than anybody. Trying is with the intent to fail. It's either you either did it or you didn't. So put the pressure, y'all. If y'all want the Tank and Shakur, Tank and Tio, put the pressure on Turkey. Like y'all said, this is y'all standard. Put the pressure on Turkey to send that man that money. That's all. That's all I ask.
so I'll say
Man,
this and then go ahead.
I got time
oh
today,
no,
man. I
go
ain't
ahead,
going
go
nowhere.
ahead,
So
go
y'all
ahead.
don't have to jump off.
I'll say
Y'all
this and then I'll gracefully bow out, man, because like I said, this ain't a glow session for me, man. This was just something that I've been peeping and thinking all along. But I'll say this. Remember when they was talking about Bud was making 50 million and Tank be lucky to get 10 because he ain't no Mike Tyson? Like all along, that legacy talk that they're starting to talk right now is also to try to tear down Tank. And Tank ain't never did nothing to nobody but speak his truth and occasionally throw some shade at somebody that he really thought was his dude, but not really. He found out that really didn't rock with him like that. And, you know, he's sensitive
He'll
that
throw
way.
some bullshit out there now.
Huh?
Tank will throw some bullshit out there, the nigga
Yeah,
now.
he will. He will. He does. He responds, but he responds. He never initiates. He minds his damn business, and he keeps his circle close. But you know, if he was part of the circle, just like the thing with the one dude that said, "Me and you ain't never had a bad day under the sun," and he kept telling him, "Stay on that side. Stay on that side." You know what I'm saying? I think that you know, they put extras on Bud making all this money to justify the reason why this fight is so important and how, you know, it's worth his merit. Now, Bud definitely deserves all the money he should get because he's a fantastic boxer. But they did that to hate on Tank. A lot of people who go out there and say that they're interested in the betterment of the sport, they took that chance for Bud to win and put on a performance to throw shade on Tank. I saw people do that. And it had nothing to do with Tank. But now, remember, he was just getting only 10 million. He ain't gonna get that. My man gonna get more than 150 million. And it's still a bullish fight, no doubt about it. but I think it's for a bigger cause. I think this has been the promise that he always often alluded to in interviews to Al. I think Al is trying to secure boxing for Americans so that they don't have to get railroaded and put to the presses, the cotton fields and all that other stuff over there at the other group. And shout out to Tank, shout out to Jake Paul. They about to do something big, and hopefully it secures boxing in America. Hopefully it allows for people to come together to make fights. Hopefully we can get them fights. And again, all those people that clowned on Tank, now they're fighters that they wanted to see in the ring with Tank, gonna have to be hella beat. It's gonna be like Floyd versus De La Hoya all over again every time he makes a fight. And I'm out, man. Fantastic platform, fantastic panel, man. You guys be good in the chat. All the best to all these boxers.
You too, brother. Peace and
Yes,
blessings.
sir, Thomas. Talk to you later, brother. Yeah. So anyway, man, what's going on, Dave? Do you have any comment on what he was saying?
Oh man,
go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Here comes Knuckle Sandwich.
Man, I'm still over here just laughing because of the simple fact that
hold on one second.
Knuckle
Sandwich. Look, Knuckle Sandwiches. You cook longer.
Go ahead, Knuckle.
Knuckle Sandwich. How can I help you?
What's going on?
I'm good, brother. What's up?
Just listening to you.
You people click the link because they have something to say. Do you have something you want to talk about, or you just clicking the link?
You guys talking about Tank? I think he's just not fighting the best. That's all.
Okay, he's getting 150 million to fight Jake Paul. You think he should do something else?
No, I don't have nothing wrong with that fight, but it's not a legacy fight for sure.
Can I ask you?
Yeah, no, it's not a legacy fight. It's 150 million. It's $150 million exhibition. It's not even a fight. It's an exhibition.
No, I agree with that. It's a money fight.
Who do you want?
It's a legacy exhibition. It's a legacy exhibition. Mark.
Legacy exhibition?
Absolutely,
yeah,
it's gotta be.
By
definition, it is.
Hey Knuckle, is Zepeda, Arthur, and Padley legacy fights?
No, but it's a competitive fight.
Oh, competitive.
You're not talking about competitive fights. You're talking about legacy fights.
Tank got
he asked
30
is it a legacy?
Fights.
He asked if it was a legacy fight.
No,
so
those are not legacy fights.
No, it's not a legacy fight. Okay.
No, it's not. It's not a legacy fight. No,
did you complain about Shakur last 3 opponents?
No, but it was competitive.
What was Tank last 3 opponents? Hold on, y'all. Knuckle, what was Tank last 3 opponents? They wasn't competitive?
Ryan Garcia? No.
I said his last 3.
What was his last 3? I don't remember.
How you don't know his last 3 and you criticizing the man?
I'm asking you, what was his last 3? I don't remember.
His last 3 was better than Zepeda, Padley, and Arthur.
Oh, hold on.
Better is fine. I just want to see competitive fights. That's all I'm saying.
It's a point of clarity. If you don't know who Tank fights, how do you know that they weren't competitive fights?
I didn't say they weren't. I didn't say they weren't. I'm talking about Jake Paul.
Fighting the best. You're saying he's not fighting the best.
Jake Paul's not the best.
He's not technically hold on. Let me finish this. He's not technically fighting Jake Paul. This is not for his record. This is an exhibition. It's not a fight.
It's not going on the record?
No, it's not on the record. That's why it's called an exhibition. It's not it's an exhibition. So you want to retract that statement that he's not fighting the best?
No.
Okay, so then why would you make that statement? Based on what?
Because Ryan Garcia is not the best. I don't remember who else he fought. Who else did he fight?
Do you know who the champions are at 147?
No, I'm not super knowledgeable
let me ask you
on boxing.
So therefore, you don't know what you're talking about.
You're not knowledgeable on boxing.
Hey, come on, man. Don't dip me.
I said I'm not super knowledgeable.
So hold on. You don't know who the 147-pound champions are.
Tell me who.
Okay, there's 2 guys specifically named Rolly Romero and Mario Barrios, who are current reigning world champions at 147 pounds. Wouldn't you say that fighting a world champion is considered fighting the best? If a guy
Tank is not at 147 though.
Excuse me, he already beat them though. He beat
Tank.
Tank beat those guys at 140.
So you're telling me that Rolly is like a top
a
fighter?
World champion. Objectively speaking, yes, because he's a world champion.
Rolly is C- at best.
He is a
So
world.
what does it pay to?
Excuse me. He is a reigning world champion. He, objectively speaking, is an elite fighter by the fact that he's a world champion. Otherwise, he wouldn't be a world champion.
Okay, so Rolly's the best. That's what you're saying.
Listen,
Rolly's the best.
No,
Got you.
see, that's why I tell you not to switch words. You didn't ask Deem's question, you switched it. So don't switch mine. I
said he's not fighting the best.
I didn't say that he is. I didn't say he is obviously one of the best. He is one of the few world champions. There's thousands and thousands of boxers and only, I don't know, 50 or so world champions. He's a world champion. You have to say he's an excellent fighter. You have to say Mario Barrios he's a world champion.
Wait, you said I have to say Rolly Ramirez is an excellent fighter?
He's a reigning world champion.
Rolly Ramirez is an excellent fighter.
Yes, because he's a reigning world champion who beat Ryan Garcia to become a world champion. And guess what? Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney. So Ryan Garcia is a world-class fighter. He beat Devin.
Ryan Garcia did not beat Devin Haney.
He did.
Why do y'all?
It's on the record? Is it on his record?
No, he beat him, and then
he didn't beat him.
Okay, no worries.
Fanon, you muted. You muted, Fanon.
Bro, you know full well that Ryan Garcia is a world-class fighter. Don't lie. He obviously is.
He's C-level.
No, how the fuck is a B? Who's a B?
Is Williams a B-level fighter?
I mean, hold on. I want this nigga to keep lying.
What am I lying about?
Who's a B?
I'm not giving Ryan Garcia B-class level. No.
Who's a B?
I can't think off the top of my head right now.
Name a B-level fighter.
Hold on.
Name a B-level fighter, bro.
I can't think off the top of my head right now.
You don't know boxing, bro. Dean, you can talk to this guy. You don't have an opinion. You know what
you're saying? Ryan Garcia is.
What I'm telling you is objectively this. These guys, Ryan Garcia, at a point in time, was an interim world champion for the WBC. He is a world-class fighter. He was signed to Oscar De La Hoya out of the amateurs. He is a world-class fighter for sure. Just because you don't like him or people talk bad about him doesn't mean he's not a world-class fighter, which is what Devin found out. He's a
I'm saying Ryan Garcia is C-level. I'm just not giving him B. B is too close to A.
C? What are you, nigga? You C? What is
B
a B
is too
fighter?
close to
You
A.
can't name a B fighter. You can't name a B fighter.
Ryan Garcia makes too many mistakes,
sir.
How about
to be a B level?
Ryan Garcia has knocked out about 25 guys.
25 who though?
Nigga, you don't even know who the champions are. If I told you wouldn't know who they were.
He knocked out Oscar Diorte and Luke Campbell, and Oscar Diorte been on the tear since he lost to Ryan.
Fair enough. So he's C.
Can I ask you a question, Knuckles?
So he's a C. One, I'll give it to you in three. Give me 3 minutes.
Go ahead, Fernando. Go ahead, Fernando.
Yeah, no, I'm just give me 3. Let me finish this real fast. Dude, you're getting up here. You don't know who the world champions are at 147. You cannot.
Why do you keep bringing up 147 when Tank's not at 147?
You cannot name for me a B-level fighter. You can't name one. You can't name one. You don't know who the last 3 people are that Gervonta Davis fought.
Lamont Roach.
You didn't know it when I asked you before.
Because I couldn't think off the top of my head, and I remember now. What's the difference?
Now miraculously, you're going to answer some questions. Honestly,
when I remember it, then I'll answer it. Yes.
Stop that shit. You called a reigning world champion a C-level fighter, even though statistically, do you know how grades work? A is from 90%, right? 90 to 100. A B is between 80 and 90. A C is between 70 and 79.
That's where Ryan Garcia is.
Listen to me. There's a number of fighters in the world that are in the thousands. He is in the top 1% of those thousands. He has a 99. He's accomplished something that 99% of fighters can't accomplish. 99.
Still
Mario Barrios, listen, Mario Barrios won a world championship, something that 99% of people don't do. Those are A's. Those are A's. You get an A in boxing for winning a world champion. That's the rule. That's why they call you a champion. You would have to be redefining how boxing works to call a world champion a C-level fighter, brother. That's ridiculous because they are higher ranked than 99% of the people in that division.
Okay, fair enough.
You are
So
just
you put Garcia
don't
as
put
a
words
B.
in my mouth.
Fair enough.
Do not put words in my mouth. I'll let you try that shit with Dean because I said Dean will talk to you. But dude, please don't come up on this channel bereft of any information and kicking logic to the fucking curve and expect me just to listen to it. But anyway,
how am I kicking logic to the curve?
Because you're telling me that a man that is the champion in the world is a C-level fighter. That's illogical.
Just my opinion.
No, it's illogical. Okay. Your opinion
is illogical.
Not
illogical. I'm doing it based on skills. I'm doing it skill-wise.
Fuck that. You get results, bro. You're not in doing cone drills. You know, we're not. No, you don't score points for cone drills. You got to put the bucket in the basket.
You can't tell me how to
tell you what I want to tell you.
And then I can tell you what I want to. I can put Ryan Garcia as
man. Oh,
Fanon, you muted, Fanon.
You don't know shit about boxing.
Let me finish.
Okay, fair enough.
And I am gonna let you talk to Dean. But brother, please don't come back to this channel not knowing who champions are and claiming that a man that is a reigning world champion is a C-level fighter.
I can say that because it's my opinion.
Sir, are you a boxer?
No.
Have you ever boxed?
No.
Can you name me the world champions at 135?
No.
Everybody's got opinions. They're like assholes, buddy. Anyway,
so I can't have one just because I don't know boxing in depth?
Your opinion stinks.
Well, no, I want your opinion.
That's your opinion.
No,
it's your opinion that my opinion stinks. That's not my opinion.
Can I get your opinion, Knuckles, since you said Gervonta don't fight competition and all of that stuff? Right?
I didn't say he doesn't fight competition. I said he doesn't fight the best competition.
Oh, he don't fight the best competition. All right. So but
you can't name it.
But who do you think is the best competition? Shakur Stevenson, I will assume, right?
We can put him up there, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do something real short, sweet, and simple, real quick, right? Who is a better fighter, Lamont Roach or William Zepeda?
I think Roach has better skills.
Cool, Lamont Roach, right?
Yeah.
Who is the better
name
fighter? 3
people? Hey, Dean, when you have time, ask him to tell me 3 people that Lamont Roach has fought.
Oh, watch this though. Now I got you on that one. We're gonna go through one more step.
Well, hold on, I got a question about Lamont Roach though.
Hold on.
No questions getting asked, nigga.
You asked me a question, I answered it. Can I ask a question based on that question?
No, you go back to talking to Dean, bro.
Hold on, sir.
Wasn't Lamont Roach at 130 though?
I got a point that I'm getting to, my guy. So you said Lamont Roach is better than William Zepeda. Okay, that's your opinion because you were talking about your opinion. That's cool.
I said skill-wise, he looks better.
Skill-wise, that's whatever wise. Okay, cool. All right, is Frank Martin better than Josh Padley?
Tank gets a whole lot of credit for fighting Frank Martin. I'll give him that.
Martin better than Josh Padley?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so that's 2 for 2. All right, who was after that? Ryan Garcia. Is Ryan Garcia better than who's Shakur Ford before that? Arthur. Is Ryan Garcia better than Arthur?
I don't know who the guy you mentioned, so I can't answer that.
Thank you. So Shakur last 3 fights, has he been fighting the best? Gervonta clearly, now in your opinion, you said just now that Gervonta Davis been fighting better competition than Shakur, but you consider Shakur to be the best. Has Shakur
I didn't say Shakur was the best.
I need your strength. I need your strength, Knuckle. I need your opinion. Has Shakur been fighting the best competition?
Isn't Tank the face of the boxing though?
Bro, I can only do so much. Hey, dog, seriously, my fucking head is going to blow up.
I know.
Okay.
Well, control your head levels then. I can't deal with that. I mean,
I'm telling you right now, bro, my head is about to blow up listening to this dude. This is a fucking bot, bro. It's giving me a fucking headache, dog.
Okay.
You're just repeating a bunch of shit, bro, that is ridiculous, dog.
I'm not repeating anything. I just don't. Roach was a good fight. I give Tank that. Frank Martin was a good fight. I'll give him that credit too because he didn't have to fight Frank Martin. But
dog,
Roach,
when I asked you,
I don't like that he pulled Roach up from 130.
Let me speak calmly.
Why didn't he fight
When
the
I
top in
asked
his
you,
in his
But
weight
you
let me
okay
class?
with
speak. Let
T.O.
me
pulling
speak.
up Shakur?
Why reach all the way down
Let,
to
But you okay with
135 or
T.O. pulling up
130 to pull him
Shakur?
up instead of fighting the best in his?
let me speak. I will mute you in a fucking heartbeat. You are not taking over my channel. I will speak. This is a panel on my channel. Let's get this straight. So, you don't have any basic facts, sir. Basic facts. I asked you, who did Gervonta fight? You didn't know it. All of a sudden now you know it. The only reason you didn't know it before is because you didn't want to answer a question directly. You're playing a bunch of silly debate games, and it's irritating. If you do not know who Gervonta Davis actually fought 5 minutes ago, why do you magically know it right now when it's convenient for yourself in an argument? Will you please come and have a straight conversation with people? If they ask you a question, answer the question. Don't change the question. Don't redirect the question and try to make me waste another 15 minutes. Okay? This is a show I enjoy, but I don't like phony shit. You don't know enough to have an opinion. That was my point. If you don't know who the champions are at 147, if you don't know who Gervonta Davis's last 3 opponents were, you say, oh, you like Lamont Roach, but you can't tell me who he's even fought, I believe you're just here to give some opinion that's like an asshole, one that stinks. So I don't really want to have long conversations with you, sir. That's why I always ask you if you know certain basic facts. You didn't know the basic facts I was asking you. I say to you that you think that I never said, by the way, to the person that said it in the chat, that I thought either Ryan was an A or that I thought that Rolly was an A. Because if I had to judge them based on what they are in the breadth of boxing, like, okay, what is he compared to Muhammad Ali or something like that? Yeah, sure. I can say he's B and C in a historical sense. But I can't say that in the sense of the guys that are fighting in the division that are actually available. Okay? If I asked you what weight Gervonta fights at 135 and who he should be fighting there that's not the best, you can't tell me. Because 2 of the guys there that everybody said were so sorry are currently reigning world champions. And you cannot name, and I'm not going to waste my time and ask you because I know you don't know it. You can't tell me any reigning champion in the world that is beaten champions that are currently reigning 2 weight classes bigger than him. You know for sure Mario Barrios is massively bigger than Gervonta when he fought him, and he's at 147, the world champion, beat Manny Pacquiao. Ryan Rolly Romero is a 2 division champion, 1 at 140 and 1 at 147. There are very few people in boxing that have accomplished that. And you just want to dismiss him. But you can't tell me anybody that's done what Tank has done. So not because you want to argue, but flat out, you don't know. So please, at 2 levels, please debate honestly, and you guys can talk all day. I'm not doing this boxing hacker talking to circle shit. So feel free. Oh, y'all don't want to talk no more?
No, I just wanted him to. I just wanted him. He said that Gervonta not fighting the best, but then he said that Shakur one of the best, but then he's not holding Shakur to the same standard. But while admitting that Gervonta has been fighting better competition than his contemporaries. And last time I checked, Shakur Stevenson hasn't fought none of the other guys that you want Gervonta Davis to fight as well. Last time I checked. And then you said that you didn't like that he bored up Lamont Roach. I'm gonna ask you this, Knuckle. Are you okay with Teofimo Lopez bringing up Shakur Stevenson?
You can answer that
Now the
directly.
mute game. Now
Lamont
we
Roach
on the
was a
mute
champion.
game.
Lamont Roach was a champion at 130. Gervonta Davis was a champion at 135. He brought Lamont Roach up because Lamont Roach is the same. He got the same right that Devin Haney had to challenge Regis Prograve. Did you have a problem with that with Regis Prograve bringing up Devin Haney? And did you have a problem with Teofimo Lopez bringing up Shakur Stevenson? You muted, my guy.
Mute.
It's the mute game,
What do you
man.
mean,
It's the
Regis
mute.
Prograde bringing up Devin Haney? Didn't Devin Haney move up?
So ain't that what Lamont
man.
Roach doing? Lamont Roach is about to fight Pitbull Cruz at 140, my guy.
Yeah,
He's not at
because
130
Tank
no
brought
more. What are
him
you
up.
talking about?
Tank brought him up.
Regis
Didn't bring up Devin Haney.
What are you talking?
Devin Haney made that decision to go up.
Do you know?
Made that decision.
Oh, hold on, man. Hey, hold on,
I'm
man.
done. I'm
Hey,
done.
seriously,
This
bro, are
crazy.
you
What?
related to Boxing Hacker? Is that you a friend of his? Bro,
Who?
you realize what you just did? You said in one case, when Devin moves up and fights the champion, it was Devin that moved up. But
Yeah.
when somebody moves up to Tank, it's not them moving up, it's Tank bringing them up. You
Tank
have
did
two
bring him up though, because
Listen,
Tank is the A side.
It's the same. No, it's the same action. Somebody from a lower weight class is offered a fight and decides to move up and fight the champion.
So
it's the same. Listen, it's the same action.
So
You
Regis
have-
offered Devin Haney?
Listen. Absolutely, because it was Regis
Yes.
Progray's promoter that promoted the fight.
Okay.
You don't even know
fair
what you're
enough.
talking about.
So listen to me tell you what you're doing.
I'm
You
trying to be
are
honest here. If I don't know and
no,
you're right, I'll say yes,
it's
you're right.
It's a structural thing.
Fair enough.
You showed a bias, and let me finish my sentence and give it back to Deem. I'm sorry. You showed a bias.
I don't have a bias.
I'll show you the bias.
And I'm probably
When
going to
it's-
disagree with it, but go ahead.
Stop talking over me, bro.
Okay.
You will be muted. You have the same action. Somebody moving from a lower weight class to fight the champion in an upper weight class. It's the same thing. That's what Lamont Roach did. That is what Devin did. But when you look at Devin, you say, oh, it was Devin's decision. But over here, it's Gervonta's decision. No,
I thought it was.
Listen.
I thought it was Devin.
Regis Progray was not mandated to fight Devin.
Right.
Regis could have fought somebody else. He offered the fight to Devin, and Devin took it. Gervonta offered the fight to Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach took it. It's the same action. But you want to say it was a listen.
Fair enough.
You listen. What do you want me to do, bro? You're gonna start talking, and I'm gonna stop you from talking every time.
I'm just saying fair enough. I agree with what you're saying.
There's no need for you to do that, and I'd
Now
appreciate it if
agree.
you wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree with some things. I don't agree with other things.
I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't do it. I'd appreciate it if you let me finish until I'm done. Agreeing with me and cutting me off is still cutting me off. Doesn't matter if you're polite or not. Correct? Correct. I'm a purely logical person, bro. You showed a bias in favor of Devin Haney and against Gervonta Davis. That's what you did. When you assign different descriptions to the same action from two different people, it is a Devin Haney bias because you are judging one. One is good, one is bad. Don't act like you're not, because that's the next step. Why is it important to categorize the same action differently? Because Gervonta was challenging the best, because Devin was challenging the best, but Gervonta was pulling up a weakling. Come on, man. That shit is patently obvious. Anyway, I'm going to listen to the rest of you guys talk to this guy. I don't like doing it, bro.
I just wanted to show y'all the blatant hypocrisy right there. The man said he didn't like Tank bringing up Lamont Roach. Devin Haney last fight, right before he went to Regis Prograve, was at 135. Lamont Roach last fight, right before he fought Gervonta Davis, was at 130. And he moved up and ain't go back to that division since. Same as Devin. I just want to know, are you perfectly okay with Teofimo Lopez bringing up Shakur? And I got one better for you. Do you have a problem with Terence Crawford?
Wait, you asking me two questions or one?
Do you have a problem with Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fighting? Do you have a problem with Canelo Alvarez bringing up Terence Crawford to fight?
No, and I don't have a problem with Tank fighting Jake Paul either.
You did. But you did have a problem with Tank bringing up Lamont Roach. You did say that, right?
Only reason can I get my reasoning behind it, or are you guys gonna cut me off?
Bro, nobody's saying anything. Go ahead.
Okay. The reason why I didn't like Tank bringing up Lamont Roach because he was in the lower weight division. He could have stuck in his 135 and fought the best in that 135. That's all I'm saying.
So I'm gonna ask you again. Regis Prograve could have did the same thing because he could have fought Sandor Martin. Sandor Martin took step aside money so Devin Haney could come up and fight him.
You're not dealing with what I just said, though.
No, that's what you know. That's exactly what you just said. I just gave you the same exact.
No,
example.
you switched it to somebody else. I'm talking about Tank bringing somebody up. How come he didn't fight the top in his own division? That's what I'm saying.
Well, first of all, do you know that he did try to fight the best in Lomachenko and they was in negotiations and Lomachenko left out of negotiations? Did you know
Because
that?
he was retiring, right?
Right. Okay. But
so he's the only one that's top in the 135. He couldn't fight
but anyway,
the 110.
Can I play a game? Can I play a silly game if you don't mind for a second? I like playing dumb games too. I like doing dumb tricks. Let me try this dumb trick. No, it's not that Gervonta didn't fight the best. It's that nobody else in that division fought the best. Gervonta's the best. Only person in that division that is and say he's the best is him, and none of them niggas fought him. He's the one where all the money is. They all went other places. So it's not a fact. It's not that Gervonta didn't fight the best. It's that they didn't want to fight the best. They wanted to run off to other weight classes and other stuff to get cherry-picked fights. They didn't want to get knocked the fuck out. So they left the weight class. How about that? I mean, I can switch on a dime too.
Oh, so that's why he's not fighting the best.
Categorize it. You know why? Because listen, let me tell you, usually when guys are knocking everybody out, those are the ones getting avoided. Not the ones that are pity-patting with you. Devin's not somebody to avoid. He can't crack an egg. No. Everybody wanted to fight him because he couldn't punch. That's why Vasily Lomachenko fought him, because he wasn't the best, and it showed in that fight. Teofimo Lopez wasn't the best in that weight class, and it showed when he fought George Kambosos. Devin Haney wasn't the best in the weight class. It showed when he fought Loma, because a lot of people thought he lost that. Okay? That's it. They don't want to fight Gervonta, not the other way around. Devin left Showtime, signed a 3-fight deal with Matchroom, fought with Matchroom, then signed a 3-fight deal to fight with Top Rank, and then he got his ass whooped when he went and got a off fight with Golden Boy. He left the PBC on purpose and then went another direction than Gervonta the entire time. He never went over to say, let me sign with Al Heyman and get this fight done. Shakur was on my channel, so you can't tell me nothing. I talked to Shakur Stevenson myself. Shakur Stevenson had an opportunity to go straight to the PBC. He decided not to do it. He decided to go chase the bag, and now he's doing what? Leaving 140. Why else are they leaving the weight class? Because none of them are really 135 pounders. They're all really squeezed down 140 pounders and 147 pounders. So even if you really want to talk about people in what weight classes they're really in, none of those guys that people are talking about are actually in his weight class. The people that are in his weight class are guys that he fought in the weight class. So I can flip shit just like you. But you want to do the exact opposite. Gervonta didn't fight all these guys, as if it's Gervonta's responsibility to go sign with Golden Boy and then to go sign with Matchroom and then go sign with Top Rank and then go do a deal with Turki'S. He's got to move and do all these different business moves where all his competition are. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. It's the natural. You don't say a lot of things. It's the natural consequence to your opinion. If you think Gervonta Davis is not fighting the best, you're putting it on him, he to have
putting on him. Yes, the A side. Yep.
No, fuck that A side, B side shit. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It has a whole lot.
It has nothing to do with it. It's just a reason to use to put the responsibility on him. So I'm not going to waste.
No responsibilities on him then.
His responsibility, he does not have the responsibility. See, again, you play a game. And
so then you give me, he's not fighting the best.
I do not agree with you. Nigga, don't play games with me. That's why you don't cut me off.
You just said he's not fighting the best, and it's not his fault.
Stop talking, or I'm going to mute you. Stop talking, or I'm going to mute you. Hold up, man. Hold up, man. Hold up, man. Stop. I'm not a rookie to this. Do not cut me off to ask a question. Don't cut me off for nothing. I didn't cut you off. Don't cut me off.
Aren't we here to have a conversation?
Don't talk. Hey, Gervonta Davis does not have a responsibility to go chase them. That's not the same thing as saying Gervonta Davis doesn't have any responsibility. Okay? You flipped on me, which is why I'm asking you to stop talking. I said Gervonta Davis does not have the responsibility to go chase them. He is the cash cow. He is the oldest fighter. He is the guy that's been reigning in that division the longest. It was their responsibility to go get him because he's the money man. It is not the money's responsibility to go chase you. If you need a job, if you sit around, he is the one that is generating the money.
It's their responsibility to chase him?
Absolutely. 100%.
So they can send him a contract?
I didn't say anything about sending anything. Don't
so how do you chase
questions and prepositions on me, bro.
How do you chase
Do not
them?
flip questions and shit like that in on me. I'm not about to have an hour conversation about what an offer is and what acceptance is.
You brought up something, and I'm dealing with something you brought up.
I didn't bring that up. No, I did not bring
that up. You
said
chase. How does one chase him?
So you don't chase somebody with a contract.
So what can they do to fight him then?
Bro, stop. Or I'm
just asking because I don't know.
Don't ask me another question or I'm going to throw you off. This is my channel and my point is not done. You're not going to ask me a question in the middle of my point. It's just not going to happen.
Okay.
Exactly.
What's your point?
It is not Gervonta Davis's responsibility. Okay. You know why? Rule back to the original point. Gervonta Davis is the best, not them. So since he's the best, it's the responsibility of the people who are not the best to challenge the best. The best is already the best. It's everybody else that has to challenge the best, not the best. The best is the best. You have to go chase the best. When you're
so shouldn't the best be fighting the best though?
You are going to try to pull me into a circular argument? Really?
Yeah.
I already told you that they're not the best. I just told you they're not the best. They're not. They're not the biggest draw. They haven't been reigning the longest. Who? They're not even in the same weight class. Devin's not in that weight class. Shakur's going to 140. Tio's at 140. Who the fuck's at 135 that's better than Gervonta?
Jake Paul's at 135, right?
I said, now you just said you knew it was an exhibition. That's what you just said. And you said you didn't have a problem with it, smart ass. You know full well Jake Paul's not at 135, but you also know that it is not a fight, which is where we originally started our conversation. Don't circle on me.
So why is weight an issue then? With
what?
Because you're saying they all moved up to weight to the best moved up in weight class.
In the weight class.
You asked me a question and I'm answering. You cut me off.
I got it. You say the best, the way you know somebody is the best is in a weight class. That's how boxing works. 135, 140, 147. The champion in that weight division is the best. You do not have an obligation as a champion at 135 to go fight at heavyweight just because there's a guy better than you there. That's what weight classes are for. Okay? So he's at 135. That's what he is. He's not a 147 pounder. He's not a 154. He's 5'4", roughly. Walks around maybe 145, 150. Very little guy. That's where he fights. So he has to fight the best guy his own size in his own weight class. And I trust you me, Gervonta Davis very rarely, only one time that I know, has ever fought somebody smaller than him. Almost every time he fights, he's fighting people much bigger than him. Mm-hmm. So the guys that you want him to fight are actually bigger than him. Who should be fighting Jaron Ennis? Boots should be fighting Devin Haney because they're the same size. You see he's fighting for 147, fighting 147.
Can I interject?
Greg Norman? I don't think so. No.
Okay, you could just close my thing then, because I mean I can't say anything.
No, you can when I'm done with a point.
It's a long point.
Nigga, I talk for an hour and a half, 3 hours. This is my channel. Welcome to it.
Fair enough.
So don't tell me how long I've been talking, bro.
But if we're having a conversation, I mean, I can talk at some point, correct?
Mm-hmm, you did, and I didn't cut you off. You just want to talk now. And actually, what I was going to do is pass it to David because there's a panel. David, what do you have to say about that?
Man, I quote the late great boxing trainer Roger Mayweather. My man, you don't know shit about boxing. And you should not be getting on any boxing panels, making any statements, or clicking a link until you learn about boxing. And at least know who the hell the champions is in each damn division, or at least the division that you like.
So if I don't know
You
something
don't
in
know
detail, I can't speak on it.
I'm not finished.
No,
You
nigga.
already
No.
had
No.
almost a
No,
half
you-
hour of bull crapping or bull shanky in a round. That's
All I
enough.
heard was reasons why
See,
Tank is not fighting the
I'm
best, and it's not his
still
fault.
I'm still talking. I'm still talking. I'm trying to be on my Deion Sanders and not curse, but you make it real hard. You make it real hard for a brother to be better. Seriously, man. Come on. Who paying you to be on this panel right now to disrupt this beautiful conversation on boxing that we was going into? Who paying you? Is it Bill Haney? Must be Bill Haney, seeing how Bill Haney hates Fernand Guts and that his son is a goofy trick. It must be Bill Haney.
Hey, Dave.
Who else will pay you, man?
Dave, look, bro. Look, listen, we don't have to throw them out. Bro, you literally just asked whether or not you needed to know about something in detail to have an opinion on it. Was that a serious question?
That's how you guys are talking.
No, I'm asking you, was that a question you wanted me to answer?
No, it's not a question.
Thank you, but you know the apparent answer, the actual answer is yes.
No, I
You
know a
should
little
the-
bit. I just don't know a lot of details. That's all I'm saying.
Well, listen.
So
if you don't know enough about a topic to discuss it,
Huh?
where you can be asked, seriously, bro, it's like you have to know the basic facts, bro. You have to. In order to be able to have a conversation where people think that you have your facts straight. Okay? And you keep taking, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, your arguments are just flipped, where you put the responsibility on one guy.
Mhm.
Where I can name the same situation and you don't put that responsibility or blame on somebody else, right? So that's just hypocrisy, bro, because you're starting with an opinion and you're working backwards. When you start with an opinion and you work backwards, bro, you're always going to run into problems with guys that start with facts and then lead to an opinion, okay? The fact of the matter is, and this is a fact, at 135, the only thing you can ask for any fighter at 135 is to fight the best fighters at 135. Okay?
That's what I was saying.
I know that's not what you were saying because the guys.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Gervonta Davis is the best guy at 135.
You just said he needs to fight the best at 135.
Again.
Is he doing that?
Listen again. I'm sorry, bro. You're just trying to argue. That's what you're doing. You're looking for points, counterpoints, opportunities to shift and move the conversation. Bro, your discussion style is dishonest.
No, I'm discussing things that you're saying. You just said he needs to fight the best at 135, and you don't want me to say anything about that.
I'm going to throw you. That's my point. You're not coming with a legitimate appointment of your own. You're not.
That was my own point.
You don't. Who's the best fighters at 135? Let's ask you this question: Who are the best fighters at 135 right now? The three
you
top
just
fighters
said that he needs that the best at
I'm asking
135
you
needs to fight the best.
Hey, bro, I don't want to yell. I don't want to yell. I'm asking you a question. Who are the top three fighters other than Gervonta Davis at 135?
I know Roach isn't.
Who are the top three 135s in the division? Who?
I don't know, but I know who
There
isn't.
you go, nigga. Goodbye.
There you go.
You can't tell me that you can't tell me that he
Bye.
didn't fight the best if you can't even know him who the best are, man.
So
you
is
want
he
him to
fighting?
fight the best and you don't even know who the best is?
You don't even know who the best are.
So is he fighting the best at 135? Since I don't know, is he?
Listen, I've already explained this to you, but I'm gonna say it like a 2-year-old.
So that's a no.
Only one person can be the best. Only one. When you say who's the best singer, you don't get to name three people. You only get to name one. When you say what's the best restaurant, it's one person. I'm telling you that Gervonta Davis is the best. How is he going to fight himself? He's the best. You want to say 3 people are the best. It doesn't work like that. That's why saying he needs to fight the best is a bullshit statement from the beginning.
Okay, the top.
Stop.
So who's the top?
The word, please, let me finish this.
Since I don't know, I'm asking you guys, is he fighting the top?
You're not escaping it. You're not escaping it, bro. You're not escaping it. You don't know. There's only one person that's the best. So your question is a trick question. Only one person can be the best at anything. So for you to say the best, he needs to fight the best, presumes that he's not the best. He is the best. So then the next question, listen, this is logic, bro. There's no debate. It's logic.
We move past that.
No, we're not.
Can we understand if he's fighting the best or not, or the top?
No, nigga, you want to move past my point.
Okay, is he fighting the top? Is he fighting the top?
Move past my point. You're not going to ask a question based on it. It's a trick question, so throw it out. Did he fight the best? Only if one guy was. Listen, don't change words.
It's the same thing. That's what I meant.
No, it's not, dog. No, it's not.
That's what I meant.
One person is. You can't tell me who the 3 best are.
So I don't know. So I'm asking you: is he fighting the top?
How do you know? I'm already going to tell you who the best are. Lamont Roach is the best at 135.
No.
Leo Santa Cruz is the best at 135. And who else is the best at 135? Yeah, Rolly Romero is the best at 135. What do you got to say about that? Those are the best at 135 since you don't know.
Those are the best at 135. Those are the best at 135.
Yeah, tell me 3 better.
No, you're not being honest.
Exactly, but you don't know anything.
How would you know that?
So
How would you know
only because I'm being a smart ass. Only because I'm a smart ass, and I'm obviously doing it.
He said he don't know the top. How would he know that you being a
So
smart ass?
can you guys please tell me the top?
Deem.
Since I don't know,
you the one that said.
Hold on, Deem. I'll pass it to you. I swear to God, Deem.
No, I'm sorry. Nah, he frustrated me. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Deem. This nigga did not know that Leo Santa Cruz is retired. Did not know that Rolly Romero is not at 135 because I just told him Rolly Romero is a 147 pounder. Oh, I named 3 people that weren't in the weight class, and you didn't even know they weren't there. I named retired fighters, bro. I named
so what's the point of bringing that up? So that's still not the top.
Everybody that you don't know.
That's still not the top.
No, I am highlighting your ignorance, nigga. I am literally
your ignorance because then that's not the top.
No, I can tell you who the top is. At
I asked you, is he fighting the top? And you named fighters that you just said that's not the top.
You know why I can do it and you can't do it? You know why I can do it and you can't do it? Because you don't know the weight class. First of all, Shakur Stevenson's still at 135. He's the WBC champion. How about him? How about
how about him?
How about exactly, nigga? You didn't even bring him up.
So why is he not fighting him then?
Nigga, get out. Get your game together, nigga. Get your game up, nigga.
Lord
get your game up. I'm making arguments for you. You suck. Nobody's
cool.
Let me tell you, and I'm gonna tell you why I do it.
Y'all make a million excuses for Tay not fighting the top.
Nah, nigga. I'm frying your ass.
You don't even know who the fuck the best is, man.
You got fried like bologna, nigga. You're not gonna send your bots over here and they're not gonna get fried, dog. I'll let the rest of these niggas feed on you, but bro, you need to do some studying before you comes around these pots, son. You don't. I literally can make arguments for your point better than you. You don't know anything about the subject, man. You think it's that easy? You don't know
what's anything. Can you guys just please tell me what's the top at 135?
What? No, nigga, do your research. Somebody think you're getting some change. Take your time, invest in your skills, get better, be somebody that people actually want to talk boxing up to, you know, like everybody else has to do. You know, do the work, read the articles, watch the fights, talk to people, know what's going on. You know what I mean? Understand boxing. You know what people got to do for 40 fucking years to know what they're fucking talking about, to have some nigga that don't know shit from Shinola to get up here and want to debate. I find it disrespectful that you even want to debate me.
That's crazy.
Enjoy it.
Knuckle Sanders, though. If you say he's not fighting the best and you're asking who's the best, who do you believe he should be fighting at 135?
Well, I just looked it up.
You had to
Shakur's number 1, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tank is number 2.
Bullshit.
Rock, y'all.
Very incorrect. Get off BoxRec.
Hold on.
Get off BoxRec. Get off BoxRec.
Why? You told me to research. I'm researching.
Not on BoxRec.
You told me to research, and I'm researching. So what's the problem?
Get off BoxRec because BoxRec.
You told me to research, and I'm researching.
BoxRec isn't real. BoxRec doesn't name champions. That is an algorithm. Just lists people. Get off BoxRec, bro. Get off BoxRec.
Keyshawn number 3, correct?
No, nigga.
Keyshawn at 140, my guy.
Nobody fights based off BoxRec rankings. That's a rookie move. Get off BoxRec, nigga. I knew where you were going as soon as you moved. As soon as you moved, I knew where you were going. Get off BoxRec.
Yeah, Keyshawn at 140.
Hey, you gotta go. Let me tell you where you gotta go, son. Let me tell you where to go, son. You got to go to the WBC website, the WBA website, the IBF website, the WBO site. Then you got to look at the rankings that they have. But the best place to go get it is something called Livebox, where they give you all the rankings and they update them regularly. Son, please don't come back. I really want to throw you off, bro. You don't know enough to have conversations, bro. You got to be a bot, bro.
You don't have to know enough to have a conversation.
Knuckle Sandwich, he just gave you game. Livebox. Go to Livebox.
That budget got to be getting low over there. That budget got to be getting low. You feeding me a puppy? These niggas feeding me a puppy. Nigga, don't feed me no puppies. I eat puppies.
Talking about?
Nigga, you a puppy in this boxing talk. You know what you doing. You got your ass eviscerated. You look crazy as shit. I'm on full fry mode, bro. Don't come try. I think niggas try to come over here and get their names made. You try to get your names made over here. Nigga, you got fried like bologna. Nigga, go back where you came from.
Hey, you can Tank Davis with this ish.
All right, yo. I'm getting out of here because I gotta get back to work.
Yeah. Do that.
You need to get back to something.
Do that, nigga. Do that. Going back to work, nigga. Going back to work, nigga. Going back to work. Going, tell Blue Blood it didn't work. Tell Blue Blood it didn't go too well. Tell him it didn't go too well.
I need a spliff after this nigga, yo. I'm sorry, yo. After this ninja. God damn, man.
Mine's up, David.
Oh man. Hey, get your what you will call them out. Get your vape out. Get your vape out. Go ahead,
nigga,
get that vape out, man.
Pour a shot, nigga. Pour a shot. It'll steady the nerve, nigga. It'll steady the nerve.
No, I need that spliff.
What, D Free? You good? I can't hear you.
I'm good. I'm good.
What up, D Free?
What's going on? I just came up here because he said he was doing the research and he was looking at BoxRec and he named Keyshawn Davis. I'm like, once you said Keyshawn Davis, you should have known that BoxRec was wrong. Keyshawn Davis ain't at 135 no more.
D Free, the fact that he didn't know what happened. Hey, D Free, the fact he didn't know what happened with Keyshawn Davis and it made news. You ain't see that WWE match and you up here arguing with me. Boy, first of all, D Free, how you don't know shit about boxing, but you call yourself Knuckle?
Knuckle Sandwich. That Knuckle Sandwich, by the way.
These niggas be so contradictory. How you don't know nothing about boxing, but your name Knuckle? Y'all see what I be talking about? Hey, D Free, if you ever ask me, Dean, what's an Earthman? Knuckle. That's an Earthman. That's who Bill Haney was talking about. There y'all go.
I mean, sometimes people need to sit back and just.
Hey, Fanon, I got a serious question for you. Or anybody on the panel.
Can I say something real quick? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you too.
Yes.
I just wanted to point out that that's a perfect example of the tank propaganda that's been going around, right? It's so much propaganda, and these people have been affected so much by it to the point where they can come up here and just say, Tank ain't fighting the best, he ain't fighting the top. And they don't even know who the top is. You don't even know who he should be fighting versus who he is fighting. Because you hear stuff, you don't logically think about it, and then you just go repeat it. And so when you're not in those echo chambers with those guys that are insecure and need validation and got to be right about everything and kick everybody out their chat that don't agree with them, and you come on a panel with some people with some common sense, logic, and facts, you get fried like that. Because you just repeating talking points that you don't even know, you haven't critically thought about or done any research about if it's true or not. And that was a perfect example of that. And there's hundreds of people running around YouTube doing that. They be all in my chat. Oh, you a Tank fan? Tank fans emotional. Tank fans don't got like what the hell are y'all talking about? What we're saying is straight facts. It's not about defending Tank. It's not about being a Tank fanboy or girl. It's just about common sense and logic. And what I've learned, Fanon, is common sense and logic makes you a villain on these YouTube streets. But that's all I got.
Yeah.
True that, too. True that.
Hunter Young, you said you had a question, Hunter Young?
Yeah, I got a question. And you may be able to answer this better than anybody on the panel, but anybody on the panel could jump in. All right, I noticed that with this whole Tank thing, and then last time he said that Tank team reached out to him, he said a couple of things that kind of had me like, what is he talking about? The first thing he said, well, I don't know if the PBC is basically going to sit me on the shelf and have me waiting while Tank fights whoever he has to fight. And I mean, basically that was it. But my whole thing is this. Couldn't Jay Prince and whatever, I can't remember the lawyer's name, couldn't they negotiate that into the contract saying, hey, yeah, we'll come over there and fight, but Tank has to be the first fight? Couldn't they just do that? Wouldn't that be the most? And in my mind, if they did that and Tank then kind of said, nah, we ain't doing it that way, then I'll be like, yeah, Tank might be ducking. But I feel as though that should have been something they could have negotiated when he was going to fight Tank, if he really wanted to fight Tank, for both of their next fights. Could they have done that, or am I talking crazy?
Yes, they could have.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to speak on that in depth? You guys can talk.
I want to speak on it. Yes, they could have, Hunter Young, but y'all know my favorite saying. I let people talk that like to talk because you get to see how full of shit that they are. I like Shakur Stevenson. Shakur, my guy. Hunter Young, that's the same guy. You want to know how you know that Shakur just be out here talking? Shakur, the same guy that said a couple months ago that him and Gervonta Davis is deeper than boxing. It's deeper than that. It's past boxing. And then he told Tank on Twitter, it was never personal, my guy. It was all business. Now, I don't know if that's a bigger lie you could tell. I don't know how you go from it's deeper than boxing, Hunter Young, to Tank, it's all business. I ain't never had no real problem with you, Tank. It's all business. That's a fact, too, what I just said. Y'all go ahead.
I can do you one better. Here goes Shakur. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get this Tank Davis fight. Oh, Turkey, I'll be back after my hand heal.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm still stunned. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You just took a long pause, David?
Yeah, that was enough said. He said out his mouth, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get this Tank Davis fight. And then 2 weeks later, after the fight with Cepeda, oh, Turkey, I'll be back. I gotta let my hands heal.
Yeah,
Soon
Turkey
as
said
Tank
that.
gets this fight with Jay Paul, the groundhog come right back out the hole and start clout chasing on every podcast.
But okay, something else just popped in my head, and this has to do more with. I mean, I could be talking crazy right now, but in my opinion, I think Jay Prince is smart enough to be like, "Yo, if Shakur fights Tank and Tank eviscerates him, Shakur is going to be no more good to anybody because I don't think he draws enough fans, and I don't think he fights his fighting style. People gonna be like, well, he lost to Tank. He's a born fighter anyway. We can move on to Abdullah Mason or somebody like that. And I think that's part of the reason why they kind of, and I could be totally wrong, but I think that's part of the reason why they're kind of probably like trying to hold this thing
I
up.
agree with you.
Hunter Young, they don't. It's not that Shakur scared. It's not that Tank scared. Shakur wants to be paid superstar money to fight Gervonta Davis. He messed up his relationship with Tank. Tank's not willing to give him. He's not willing to do no favors. So when he say get it out the mud, no, I'm not giving you a favorable deal. Shakur don't want that. Like he told Fanon, he not going to little boy me. He's not going to little boy me. Well, Tank saying, yes, I am. And until you accept that I'm a little boy I'm not fighting you. Deal with it. That's what's going on now. It's called peacocking. Shakur is trying to peacock. You know what I'm going to do? Try to collect these belts, be with Turkey, align myself with Ward and Clarissa and Bud and everybody, and they going to praise me because I am a great fighter, and I am going to keep beating these guys that they put in front of me who also pretty good fighters as well. And I'm going to try to use the public to make Tank shrink under the pressure to have to concede to what I want. Gervonta Davis is saying you can keep trying, you can call me a duck, you could do whatever you want to do. But when I take a fight from you like I did Frank Martin, don't complain about it. These are the things that are happening. Shakur, I believe, wants to fight Gervonta Davis. I believe Gervonta Davis wants to fight Shakur Stevenson. But Shakur Stevenson do not want to have to basically bend the knee to Tank to do it, because then it's going to seem like the last couple years he could have been did that, so he was wrong that whole time. Same thing Hunter Young with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. We would have got the fight much earlier if Manny just would have accepted he was the B-side. He didn't want to accept that until he had to. Y'all go.
True that. True that.
Hey, man, I just want to thank that guy for coming by, man. It's been a long time since I got to fry somebody. Sorry to cut that off, Deem. I couldn't cut you off, Deem. I could not resist frying that dude.
No, I'm done.
Yeah, that shit is look, man, I don't mind you guys coming by, man. We can talk boxing, but Deem's 100% right, bro, about you guys putting pressure on, just saying things to put pressure. Because the conversation with that guy was intriguing to me while it was stupid at the same time. Not because of the fact that he's out here talking about shit he obviously doesn't know about, because nobody that knows that little about a subject would be that confident unless they just figured, okay, just give me my talking points and I can go on the talking points. But what do? They always want to ask questions. Their whole job when they come in here is to change and move you into having to answer their questions. The conversation is always a push to go from you talking and making a point to them asking you a question and asking you a question with certain assumptions in that question that if you don't address their assumptions is going to lead you down a fucking rabbit hole, bro. So these guys are I know he knows how to argue. That is a guy that knows how to argue. And I would say, since he want to call nigga C level, nigga, you about a C minus. You know what I mean? You about a C minus. Because C means you have the tactics. B means that you have some ability to use them well. And, an A means that, dude, you are exceptional. Like, I would say guys like KO, I would give KO an A. I would give guys like Manager Marty A's. You know why? Because they know all the fucking facts. I would give 2 Cent A's because she knows all the facts and she understands the structure of the argument. You jumped out here just like what Claymore Rain does. Claymore Rain never has a fucking position. He only has questions. And when they ask you the question, they're putting you in the position of justifying your own opinion. So it's a battle. It's not a real conversation. It's a battle of one guy trying to force his questions on you and you trying to fight through it to get your message clear. Right? And they're asking you questions that they don't know the answers to. So it's not like they're really seeking. They're trying to debate you, but they're asking you questions that they know the answers to. That's not a debate. That's just a desire to make you justify your support for Gervonta Davis. Like there's something wrong with me because I don't want some vague ass phrase because that's as vague as shit, right? It went from let's talk about best fight the best, but when I pointed out the fucking ridiculousness of the phrase best fight the best, because really, what is that? Unless you have the WBC fight the WBA, okay, that's best fight the best. But you guys don't want to give people credit for even being the best when they have a world championship. So Rolly's not the best, even though Rolly's a world champion. But this guy is the best because he's a world champion. It was Devin that dared to be great and move up and challenge Regis Prograis, but it was but it was Gervonta snatching up a weakling in Lamont Roach. Like, it's the way that they phrase and the way that they characterize things that are objectively the same for two parties. That's why I'm telling you, these guys are structured in what they're doing. That is a very arrogant guy to be talking to me with no fucking facts. The only thing he could possibly think he could do is play a bunch of games, asking a bunch of fucking questions that he doesn't know the answer to. Well, who is the best? You tell me. I don't know. You tell me who the best is. That's how bad his questions got. And I want you guys to recognize this when you debate people. I'm serious. Think about what this nigga did when you go out and you have somebody on your show. When you allow them to just ask you question. Bro, no. This is the facts. You don't have the facts, bro. You should not have an opinion. And if you can break somebody down where they don't know any, he came up here with a vapid. He didn't even have an opinion. He just wants us to defend ours. And I'm sorry if I speak in the plural. I don't want to do that. But I see. I'm sorry, man. Dean. Hunter Young came back in. Yeah. I hate to see that, because for me, this nigga could have been done in 30 seconds. I bullshit you not. I would have kicked his ass off inside of 30 seconds when he didn't know who the fuck. He didn't even know. What was the question he didn't know?
No, he did not know. He was talking about when I asked him, did Tank fight the best? I asked him, so who is the best? He didn't even know Tank last 3 opponents. Well, he acted like he ain't know Tank last 3 opponents until we caught him lying later.
But watch. When he says, I don't know, you tell me. See? He directed it to you, even though he knew the answer. So what I'm telling you is he's a dishonest person, because he knew the answer, didn't want to give it to you, just wanted to move you off your point with that question. I'm telling you, man, these guys are fucking bots. They are fucking paid. They are what you call, some guy has a name called paid troll. Do you know how fucking long you will talk to fucking Phoenix the Assassin? Not Phoenix the Assassin. Not Big Dog Willie. I'm talking about guys like
he was a paid troll.
Like Frequent Flyer.
Yep.
You'll talk to Frequent Flyer for 6 fucking days, bro. Seriously, he'll switch that shit up 5, 6. He don't even care. Like, it's a game to that nigga. Seriously, it's a game to the dude.
I do not let them dudes. That's why Frequent and them be mad at me. I don't let them get fat. Thomas Hill would tell you, you do not answer my question, you are getting off. It is simple as that. We not doing the ring around the rosy. I
want to say everything that you said was spot on. I mean, and you know this, he was paid to be here because every time you tried to clear it up, he diverted it somewhere else. Like, he wouldn't let you further your point and make your point, like you said. So he was there for a reason. He was like king of sorts, or boxing hacker of sorts, like you say. Also, I will say that in the process, it just shows how diabolical the hate is for Tank, and most so the PBC and Al Heyman. Like, they come here and spin narratives that only apply to Tank, that only is applicable to Tank, that only puts Tank in a certain light, and everybody else is free and clear of that light. And that's my biggest problem, because there's some people who, to frame what they do in the best interest and for the love of boxing, but usually it caters and centers around Tank and the hate that they have for this dude. And it's mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling to me that they would come.
Hey, yo,
they would send people to come.
I'm about to get up out of here. Great show, Fanon. I'm glad that we officially get to see dudes like that fully expose themselves. It was amazing. I am happy. That was a great show. You hear what I'm saying?
That was fun.
Knuckle,
hey,
Blue
Blood. Hey, Blue Blood, send some more of them niggas over here, man. I can use whooping somebody's ass.
Hey, Thomas, let me say this. Hey, Knuckle, you need to learn from Keyshawn Davis. If you don't know nothing about boxing, you probably shouldn't call yourself Knuckle. And Keyshawn, you can't call yourself the businessman when you purposely miss weight in WWE match in the back, okay? Learn a little something from Keyshawn, my guy, all right? Don't call yourself Knuckle and you don't know how to knuckle. You feel me? I holler
Deem,
at you.
Deem, you
All right,
tricking the
Teach your
game
man.
boy
too
how to
long, brown skin.
man. Teach your boy how to squabble, Fanon. Teach that boy
Teach
how
him
to
how to
squabble.
squabble. Teach him
Pick
how
your
to squabble.
man's up
That's
and
the right
teach him how to squabble. Hey, let me say this too. Let me say this too before I go, because this has been a great show. It's been a
Oh,
fun show because you got back in your element. We haven't seen you in that element in a long while. And
man. These niggas don't want
what
to
Hunter
smoke. But
what Hunter did ask you was a very pertinent question because you of all people. I mean, I definitely don't have the knowledge of contracts and how to structure them, but he asked a very pertinent question because oftentimes they are glossed over and they'll frame that no contract was ever sent. So I would like to hear your take on that
first of
answer.
all, let's do that. That's bullshit. Okay, the whole conversation is bullshit because you don't just walk over and send somebody a fucking contract. What happens is this: a contract is an agreement. That's what it is. Okay. When people refer to a contract, they are oftentimes referring to the documented agreement. But a contract is not something that exists in writing. You know what I mean? It's something that is an agreement between two people. There are verbal agreements that happen all the time. The vast majority of contracts in this world, contractual relationships, are verbal. They're verbal. When you say, okay, hey man, can you come mow my lawn for $10? When you say that, those are all boom, 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 fast. You don't go to the grocery store and sign a contract with these people to provide groceries for you. No, you get it down to a fucking transaction, but it's still an agreement. They offer you $10 for a watermelon. You accept it by walking up to the store and giving them cash. That's a fully completed contract every single time that you fucking buy anything or do anything. So when these guys say send the contract, that's just an empty phrase. It doesn't mean anything. Just like it doesn't mean anything, the best fight the best doesn't mean anything. And chasing legacy doesn't mean anything. There's no firm definition of what legacy is for a person. And how the fuck do you chase it? Just like the best can't fight the best, two people can find out who is the best. You know what I mean? But until the two fight, you don't know who is the best. Again, the phrase best fight the best, when you reduce it to an argument, doesn't mean anything. There's no phrase there. What is the best? Well, objectively speaking, it's the ranking systems in the sanctioning bodies. That's why he wants to run the box rec. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a bunch of gamesmanship, man, that these guys play. That's all it is, man. So and I kind of, what was the point again that you wanted to get the direct answer to? Because I kind of went off a little bit.
No. The question that Hunter had asked you about, could Jay Prince, being as business savvy as he is, stipulated in his contract that, if we do come over, he's the first fight. Tank would be the first fight.
No. That I think. Okay, so first there's the thing about sending the contract. I thought you were talking about him referring to did Gervonta send the contract to these other guys. You're talking about a specific contract?
Well, Hunter, how did you say it again? How did you phrase it?
I thought he was talking about that. You're on mute, Hunter. Hunter?
what he was saying.
Anyway,
Go ahead,
the long and short of it is until Hunter, the long and short of it is that he was trying to redirect. Now I remember he was trying to redirect the question by asking me about sending the contract. What I'm telling you is that is a meaningless phrase, because when somebody picks up the phone and says, when Steven Espinoza picks up the phone and say he calls Jay Prince and he says, look, man, we want to have a fight with Shakur. Is Shakur going to be available in January for this fight? Right? And then Jay Prince says, nah, he's not going to be available. No. Right? So that is the case of Gervonta Davis' team reaching out and Shakur Stevenson's team turning it down, but there's never a contract. There's never a written thing, because you wouldn't even until they say, yes, I would fight. Okay, when would you fight? Oh, we'd fight on this date. We fight on this area. Okay, cool. Well, let me get back to you in a couple days. And then you get back, bro. And then That's what the contract is. They always want to say, well, give me the piece of paper. Show it on a piece of paper. Right? And then they will make up contracts and make up fake pieces of paper and shit to prove that they did something. No, bro, that's a fucking con job, man. That's not how contracts are usually executed. Every time when you hire somebody to cut your trees, you have to have a conversation about that first. When you are going to have a boxing match with somebody, you got to have a conversation with them and come to some type of agreement before you document your agreement in a formal contract. Does that make sense, Hunter?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. No, like you said, I was like, I know they could have negotiated that, Shakur and Tank would fight first. I thought, like, why would that even be why would that be even a thing in my mind?
Oh, that they would do it? Oh, yeah. Man, look, they were going to say that they want to get Tank in the first fight before they would fight anybody else. Bro, you're not going to get that because he already had 2 fights. He already had a fight set. I think this is sometime around the time of, well, no, I guess it was a little older. But no, man. Anyway, I put that shit on Shakur, bro. Shakur could have went over there and did what he needed to do to get that fight, and Shakur didn't do it. Period. And any type of paperwork and all of that stuff, if he really wanted it, that paperwork and all that stuff would have worked out, and he would have been at the PBC. And he didn't get a fight with Gervonta Davis in his first fight with Matchroom. You know what I'm saying? He went over there to Matchroom and didn't require Matchroom to give him a Gervonta Davis fight to sign. So why should he require that Gervonta be the first one that the PBC gives him? You know what I mean? Because he didn't get Gervonta at all with the deal he got. Hunter?
No, I get it. I get. Yeah, I definitely get that.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't want to do it. That's me. Like, I don't think. Basically, what I think Shakur wants to do, I think Shakur wants to milk it. I think he's trying to do what Terence Crawford's doing. He's just going to try to keep winning. Yep. Try to get the most winnable fights for himself for the most money. Keep winning, and then try to hopefully wind up in a situation where somebody can't avoid him. And when they can't avoid him, then he's going to try to get a lot of money and try to do it that way. That's why, I mean, people tend to do the things that their mentors do, and he sees success in Terence and see how Terence moves. He's probably going to move a lot like Terence. So to me, it looks like he's moving a lot like Terence moved with Errol Spence. He didn't do anything to try to create a relationship with the PBC in order to get a fight with Terence with the PBC. He tried to wait around and try to get a situation together where they had to leave the PBC to fight him. So I expect that Shakur Stevenson's doing the same thing when he says things like, come on over here and get the bag with me, Gervonta. He sees Turkey Al-Sheikh and his money as leverage on Gervonta Davis, which, if we go back to the original point of this conversation, that $150 million on that ass is a very big fucking thing because full well it's going to cost at least $150 million, at least $100 million out of Turkey Al-Sheikh's pocket to make a fight with Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. And I doubt very much if Gervonta gets offered $150 million that he wouldn't fight Shakur. The question is Turkey Al-Sheikh going to be willing to come off that type of money for Gervonta? You know what I mean?
Hey,
Well,
I hear you.
Why can't Netflix be like, yo, I mean, if I was saying like Shakur, Netflix got this money over here. You was talking about me going to Turkey. Why don't you come over here? Let Jake Paul do whatever you got to do to promote it.
Could be. Hey, y'all, it's about 3 hours, man. This has been a lot of fun, man. I'm going to get off. Hey, man, tell these niggas I called everybody out for debates, man. These niggas don't want to give me that. Oh, people do not want to debate me, dog. That shit is fucked up.
Hey, can I say this one last thing before you go, though?
Yes, sir.
People that was gloating on Tank being B-sided for this fight, man, it's a lovely day when the B-side can command excess of $150 million. What does that make him when he's the A-side? And that's all I will say on that, man. And also, David, you were spot on when you said you will do anything to make the fight, but then say that, you don't want to fight unless things are 100% okay with you, with your hand. So it's a lot of things that each say that don't seem to rub well with folks. It's just, it always applies to Tank, and I wish it applied to everyone, man. But it was a fantastic show. I had so much fun watching and being a part of it, man. And I hope the best for these fighters, bro. And I hope to see the fights.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
All right,
true
brother. I
that.
get back with you.
True that.
All right, David.
All
Let me
right,
read
Thomas.
these bounce. All right, brother.
All
Good.
right,
Thanks.
peace and blessings.
Hey, man, go find them trolls and State Fanon called them out in the AM. I'll debate anything. That's just fun,
I'll
man. I had a
mention
good
it.
time. All right, brother.
man.
All right,
God
man. Get back.
bless.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the trouble. Hey, these dudes don't want to debate me, man. That shit is I gotta lose one for niggas to debate me, bro. They don't want no smoke with me, bro. Trust me, none of these niggas want no smoke with me, bro. Real quick, let me get 10 the guy said. Tank said. 10 the guy said. Terence Crawford said Tank won't be able to get inside the jab. And when he get hit once, he gonna be knocked out. Man, get out of here, man. That nigga don't. They must be trying to put that nigga on them Eddies. Denali Smith said Turkey will finally make some money back if Tank go over there. Yeah, he will make good money, dog. Good money. My bad. Empress Sovereign Heart in the building said you are that guy. Authentic. I love authentic. Very few. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Empress Sovereign Princess. Thank you so much. And my guy A.M. Judah said Tank hating on Crawford, but Bud let Canelo get big as he wanted, but Tank put rehydration on Ryan. Scary and cowardly. I mean, I don't think he's hold on. How in the world is he cowardly for giving somebody a pound when that guy didn't want to fight at 135? He gave the dude a pound and put a hydration clause. Your boy put a hydration clause on Tank at 136. That's one. He said, did I just walk into on a classic Martin Blackwell Cook section? Did we turn back to saying hands of time? Yeah, we did. Thank you, Phenomenal Noob. Appreciate that, bro. And Tim Carey said, fire show today. Yeah, that was fun, man. That was a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. But let me get up out of here, man. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat, and my guy that I fried up. Sorry about that, bro. I went in on you. Come on back again. I'll be nice next time, bro. Please come back. That was fun. Really was. I know y'all won't, though. I know you won't. All right, y'all. Anyway, hydration clause has been around before Tank. Manny Pacquiao did it all the time. I don't know if that's true that Manny did it, but a rehydration clause have been around for sure. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.